once it's kind of like a turning point in the season where it's like, okay, now it's really getting into the playoff hockey mindset where we want to fine-tune our game, get everything ready, and be ready for playoffs.
Where do you feel like your game's at?
Continuing to work, trying to find areas where I can contribute offensively. Just been trying to find that, trying to get to the front of the net more, and then just trying to skate. And it's just those are the things I'm focusing on, and trusting that if the effort's there, it's going to come.
What's it mean to get the shot with John and William again?
I think we actually switched it up again this morning, so we're throwing you guys for a loop. But yeah, I mean, maybe, who knows? We'll see by game time. Can't indicate anything now.
It's hard for me to keep up. It's been a long trip. Like, what's the energy level like? You're leaving 11:30 on the road, even out of the break, like 9 17.
Yeah, just trying to get as much sleep as you can. Sometimes it's nice in the hotel. You just get a lot more quiet time. So maybe near the end of the trip here, just trying to push for one more, and then get home and get on a roll.
Lawton was pretty hard on himself after that game the other night, so he demands better from himself. He's just there, he's saying, he wants to be a lot better today. What's that mean? Like, he comes in, he'd have every excuse with the crazy drama that over the last couple of days that he would say stuff like that.
Yeah, it just shows he's a competitor and he wants to win. That's the exact type of guy that we want in here, and not accepting any sort of poor play or anything, which I thought he did well. It's hard to come in as a new team and as a new guy. I thought he was competing hard, and that's all you can ask from a guy. Sometimes you don't get the bounces, or they make some nice plays around you. So I thought he did well, and I'm sure he's just going to keep getting better.
So, Stuart, just looking at the calendar and the Leafs schedule, if you go back to a game against Minnesota where they lost 3-1, Wednesday, January 29th, since that time, they have played 2 games on home ice. So that's, 6 weeks? And I know there's 2 off there for the Four Nations, but that's an inordinate amount of time without settling in on home ice. And I know everybody goes through these troughs in their schedule, but that's fairly difficult, isn't it?
It is. And, I know some guys, prefer being on the road, but most prefer, they perform at a higher level, when they are at home in front of the home crowd and they have the energy and, they're sleeping in their own bed. Some guys, have to bring their own blankets and pillows on the road. Imagine that, a plane full of, adult men carrying their blankie on the plane. But those are factors, believe it or not, as much as they are paid, that factors into how they perform at night. And I know, trust me, we are creatures of habit, but not playing at home does have an impact, definitely on sort of the results. But, what even is crazier for me now is 8 games in the last 15 days. Like, I had to check if I'm on the NHL site or the American Hockey League site. That is, a lot of games compact in a short period of time. And you could talk about effort, you could talk about energy, but, you have, the game spread out for a reason. This is a high contact, high impact, fast, quick sport. You need time to recover. The game is faster than ever. So I'm not shocked. Yeah, you got to perform every night, but I'm not shocked. There's been times they're looking fatigued, they're looking tired, they're looking like they don't have any energy left. That's a lot of hockey in a short period of time, even especially coming back from a 2-week break.
And nothing worse than when you get in your hotel and you realize you packed the home teddy bear, not the road teddy bear.
Oh, man, I already went wacky enough. I'm not going any deeper down the rabbit hole. You always find a way to one-up me. I love it. Wow, you outwitted me again there, Tats.
Well, the home and away teddy bears. I mean, come on. You got to get that straight.
Oh, man. Maybe it's a Carlton, the teddy bear. Yeah.
Okay. Home and away Carltons. Okay. So Wall back in tonight. This is an opportunity for him to sort of right his own ship, isn't it?
Yes, and, I know Berube was very, I would say, for lack of better words, just coy and saying, like, yeah, we've been doing a rotation, pretty much. Why would we switch it now? But I think he's ultimately now challenging somebody to steal the crease, right? And, despite this, couple missteps the last couple games, he's still at a .905 save percentage, under 3 goals with 21 wins. So he's got enough equity as well where we can give him a couple starts off where he's not performing at such a high level. But, what I'm looking for the next 18, 19, 20 games is someone stepping up and taking the bull by the horns. So I don't think you can necessarily fault them on a lot of those goals, but for me, what separated them from other goalies in the league was the timing of the save. They made the perfect save, the big save at the right time to keep the team in a game at the end of a period. The big save when the team is coming out the gates pretty slow to start a period. So just the timing of the saves, what made them elite, this season. They've sort of faltered in the last couple weeks between the two of them.
Okay, just about under a minute, actually. So quick thought here on the Riley-Carlo tandem. Obviously, it got off to a stumbly start in that game against Colorado, but like Lawton, it improved as it went along.
Yeah, I think they need to find a way. Like they said, the crease has been cursed since Hextall in Philadelphia, right? Same thing with the pairing with Riley. So someone just has to find a way to sort of make it work. And I think Carlo could be that guy. He's big, he's rangy, keeps it simple. He's a net clearing type guy. I can see it working when it's all said and done.
So the Leafs getting set to battle the Utah Hockey Club in Salt Lake City. We'll come back and set up the opening faceoff for you next. This is Leafs Game Night on TSN 1050, the iHeartRadio app, and the Leafs Radio Network.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Cheers. Thanks for being an insider. Important news during the first intermission in just a few minutes. I will be coming in live to chat with you all and put the link to our brand new website, which just launched a few hours ago. Let's see where the world is watching from. I will put the link in the chat. It is also in the description during the first intermission, and we will watch the map together to see where everyone is watching from. Cheers, insiders. Go Leafs, go. We'll see you during the intermission.
Even had some of her poutine nachos. Yum! Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
And we're back.
I gotta say, what a thrill.
Couldn't agree more, Jeff. My blood is pumping.
Canadian Blood Services needs 450 new donors every day to keep Canada's lifeline strong.
And in the final quarter of the day, we have 55 left to... What's that?
Is that a new donor?
It's a new donor.
We're at 396. Only 54 left to go.
This is the 450 challenge. Let's get Canada's blood pumping.
Book an appointment today at blood.ca/450.
What's up,
another road trip is
insiders?
about to end. This one
we're starting
has
up.
not been
I have to go
enjoyable,
pick up Tom
but
from
they did make
practice
deals
real
at
quick.
the deadline.
But we're
and they
ready
do
to go. I
return
got
home
the
4
jersey
straight
on.
games
Let's
after
go,
this.
baby.
But
Let's get
something
the
has
win,
been lacking
insiders.
last week in Vegas,
in Utah.
Saturday night in Denver.
Utah?
So I have to ask,
Anyways,
will they
we're
find it
launching
tonight
the
in Salt
website
Lake City?
tonight. I
Well,
fixed
let's
the
find
microphone,
out. Molson
hopefully.
Canadian Leafs hockey starts now.
Did I fix the mic now? Did I fix the mic? Oh, yeah. Now I fixed it. Okay. Going to pick up my kid. Enjoy the game. I'll be listening, hanging out in the chat. Go Leafs, go! Big launch of the website tonight, first intermission. Be ready to click the link that's pinned in the chat, and we're going to see where everybody is watching from, hanging out together here on TSI. Go Leafs, go!
Alfie. Here's the starting lineup. Matthews between Marner and Nyes. Tavares centering Nylander and Yarncroke. Lawton centering Domi and McMahon. Camp centering Lorentz and Holmberg. So that means Robertson out. Pacioretty still on the injury reserve list. And on the blue line, why it would be McCabe, OEL, and the rest of the group goes something like this, because I've lost it in my my lineup here, but I'll get it. Don't worry about it. Here's the rest of it. It'll be Morgan Riley and OEL, as I said, or Carlo, Benoit and Myers, OEL and McCabe. That's what I was looking for, Stu. Help me out.
No, I know I was on mute. I was yelling through the screen there, but again, it's late. It's a late game, and those truck drivers bear with us here too. But for me, it's just a little bit of patience here with regards to the Scott Lawtons and the Carlos. You have to learn the tendencies and build some chemistry. It's going to take a couple games, but the one thing is they have to add a little bit more urgency into their games. Right? They've had opportunities, especially in that Colorado game where they did have the lead, but they have to find a way just to sort of play the game within the system, get get back to that structure, that defense first, and let their talent sort of shine through as the game goes along. So it's a big response against a desperate Utah team as they're 4 points out of a wild card. So it's not going to be an easy game. They have to bring their A game, and you might not be able to bring it every single night, but it's raising the level of your B game. And I think that's where Toronto struggled as of late. And let's see how they rebound against the hockey club from Utah.
Tonight's Coach's Comment is powered by your Ontario Honda dealers. Power meets play with the all-electric Honda Prologue SUV, available now at your Ontario Honda dealer. And this will be Coach Berube getting deadline players acclimated to a new team.
Well, I think they're comfortable, with the guys already, like just being around them and everything. That doesn't take too long. I think hockey players are kind of all the same and welcome new people in very well and do a good job. But on ice, there's going to be some adjustment over time. I can't give you a number on that, but it's not just going to happen overnight. It's going to take a little bit of time to, for a guy like Carlo to form some chemistry with his partner and figure out, just get comfortable with the systems and things like that. And same as Lodge. So, I don't really have a number on it.
Yeah, do you talk to Lawton after the game? He was hard on himself.
I did. Yeah, no, he is hard on himself. Always has been. And he did some real good things in the game. But there's mistakes. There's mistakes in every game from everybody. We all know that, and he's got to just pull back a little bit with that and just play hard. Control what you can control a lot of times, his effort, his battle, things like that. And he'll get comfortable with the systems and comfortable with his line mates, in a short time.
Some movement up and down for Bobby McMahon lately. Where are you at with this game right now?
Bobby, I was happier last game, like I talked to you about. He made a nice play on the goal, but used the speed on it, and I thought he was way more physical in the game. For me, Bobby, and he's got great speed, and he's got a good shot and those things, but I think he could take a little bit more of a page out of Nyes' book and get to the net more, and get some goals around there. It's a big body, and hard to move him, and he's got good hands and good hand-eye coordination. I'd like to see him.
The opening face-off is next. This is Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Leafs Radio Network.
Mad Dog Sports Radio gets you set for the NCAA tournament with our annual Selection Sunday show. Join me, Christopher Russo, Steve Torrey, Sunday from 5 to 9 Eastern as we get you set for this year's big dance.
We'll tell you who's in and who's out. Visit with some of the top head coaches, chat with a selection committee chairman, and give you a chance to share your reactions and opinions.
It's the Mad Dog Sports Radio Tournament Selection Show. It's this Sunday, 5 to 9 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Sirius XM 82, or on the Sirius XM app.
NHL Morning Skate.
Defending Stanley Cup champion, General Manager Bill Zito. You have to be cognizant of the chemistry when you go out and make a potential trade, don't you?
We enjoy a little bit of a benefit now where the room is so strong that they can absorb a lot. We just want seamless guys who come in. Their leaders are Reinhart, Kachuk, Barkov, Bobrovsky. That part, it takes care of itself.
NHL Morning Skate with Scott Laughlin and Gord Stellick. Weekdays 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app. The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
We welcome Utah's Barrett Hayton. Does the P word come up? Do you look at the standings on a daily basis?
You look at the standings, you obviously know what other teams are doing, but at the same time, we know what we have to do. And we talked about it kind of before the break and using the break to kind of have a springboard to this last stretch, kind of be dialed in and feeling good right from the start and trying to build that momentum.
The Power Play, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
Go, Leafs, go! Go, Leafs, go! Go, Leafs, go! I can't hear you. I can't see it. Let's go. Spam up that chat. Go, Leafs, go. We need to cheer our buds on and get them fired up. Thank you for hitting that like button and spamming up that chat. Go, Leafs, go. Now let's get back to the hockey insiders. Thank you for keeping it classy and having a good time. Every single Toronto Maple Leafs game and every single Toronto sports game live. Hanging out together right here on Toronto Sports Insider. Let's get back to the hockey and have some fun in the chat.
moment to the Connor McDavid moment. All these little moments have built up that all the team gave us special moments you'll never forget. I think our game of hockey is in a much better place because of that event.
The Power Play, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91 and the Sirius XM app.
Feel the excitement of the UEFA Champions League knockout stage on Sirius XM FC. Europe's best clubs.
What a start for Inter! And Barca are level! Brilliant Arsenal goal!
The world's brightest stars.
Mbappe! Kane! Salah to score!
All chasing club soccer's ultimate prize.
A new page in their glorious history!
The Champions League knockout stage, where legends are made. On Sirius XM FC, channel 157 in the car, and the Sirius XM app.
The best player analysts and insiders live on NHL Network Radio. Mike Johnson.
If you would have asked me, what's the one record that would never, ever, ever be broken? Was the 894 goals. Every single day he scores, that's sort of the lead story in the NHL. And yet here's Ovi about to do it, and he's going to push through 900 goals, and he could push to 1,000 if he wanted to. He played 3 more seasons.
Get the latest opinion and analysis you need on the home of hockey, NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app. The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind Ristolainen, walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, score!
NHL play-by-play on Sirius XM.
In Utah, as the Maple Leafs tangle with the Utah Hockey Club to finish off this road trip, hoping to end a 3-game winless streak. And the starting lineup brought to you by Molson, the official beer sponsor of the Toronto Maple Leafs. We're underway as Joseph Woll gets the start for the Leafs, 21-12-0, 1-0-0 against the Utah Hockey Club in the only meeting they've had thus far. That was in Toronto as it bounces down into the Leaf zone and punched around on the boards to the near side for Jake McCabe. Tavares with Nylander and Yarncrook, the starting lineup for the Maple Leafs. And Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Jake McCabe are the defense tandem, and maybe more important, the scratches. Chris Tanev is out still, although practicing with the team. Nick Robertson a scratch, and Dakota Mermis is not playing either.
Yeah, we were kind of under the impression that was Bobby McMahon would move up.
Here's a pass into the slot area, intercepted by Nylander, launched high to center. That'll get some of the Leafs exchange as it's played back down into the Toronto zone. Quickly cleared into the corner and up on the wing and out at center ice looking for Nyes, but he can't come up with the puck. And the Utah Hockey Club brings it right back in. Schmaltz dropping it off. The puck is batted out at center, and it'll force John Marino back to the center ice red line and gets it in over the line. Schmaltz has it taken away. Leafs play it off the glass to center ice. Matthews dropping it off, getting a return pass, bringing it in over the line on the left wing for Nyes. Tried to find Marner. He kicks it into the corner for Matthews. Swung around the boards into the near corner, batted along the boards. Nyes couldn't get it in front, and it's grabbed off by Jack McBain, and he'll get it out into the center ice area. There is no secret to what ails the Maple Leafs, and that is to get back playing the kind of gritty, defensive-oriented style of play to narrow the scoring chances and narrow the goals against. They have a lot of things to do, not the least of which getting better goaltending. But certainly defensively, from the forwards on back, they've got to play more responsibly. Played to the line, not out by Utah. They'll go back and swing it back as Ian Cole sends it to his defense partner, and Kesselring will get it out at center. The Leafs get to it there, and David Camp gets it back in over the line. Now a turnover. Pontus Holmberg mishandles the puck, and it goes wide of the goal on a good scoring chance. Brought back the other way by Carconi as he works in on the right side. Centers in front of the net. Good play by Camp to get back, but Carconi gets it again on the left wing with a pass into the side of the goal. Gobbled up there by Cooley, who plays it around, or rather Stenlund, who played it around, but the Leafs intercept. Got it to the line and just out as Stenlund failed to keep it in. Played back into the Toronto zone. That goes off of Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Leafs are able to free it up. Now Tavares against the end boards, back of the goal. Got it to Ekman-Larsson. His pass ahead at center finds Pontus Holmberg, and he'll backhand it down into the Utah zone. Utah grabbing it again.
Barrett Hayton got it down into the Leaf end, upended, and a penalty call coming against Toronto.
And Brandon Carlo, as he turned, and the puck was shot in around him, got his stick blade into the skates of the Utah player, and Utah is going to go in the first power play of the night. 11th in the NHL on the power play, which is pretty impressive, and 4 for 11 in their last 4 games.
Penalty kill is brought to you by CMC Markets. Take your trading to the next level with $0 commission on stocks. Face off to the right of Wall. Leafs penalty kill, 15th in the NHL. 39 goals allowed and 186 times short. Matthews scrummed the draw. The pass intercepted and now brought out at center ice by Marner. He's going to send a bouncing puck in on Karl Vejmelka, who is in goal for the Utah Hockey Club. Brought to center and in on the right side for Gunther. Got it into the corner. Drilled to the boards there by Benoit. And the Leafs get the turnover and send it out and down the ice. Utah going back to organize. Slowly brought forward by Mikhail Sergachev and dropped back. Brought to the line and in by Nick Schmaltz. Into the far corner. It comes back to the blue line. Near side for Gunther. Into the corner again and down along the boards. Looking in front was Keller. Keller with it again. Back to the point. One-timer coming. Wall the save, and that blocker sends it up into the screen and out of play.
I agree with you with the goaltending. We've seen a dip. Both Stolars and Wall have had some tough nights.
It hasn't been bad, but it hasn't been nearly as good as it was.
But what I was going back to is when we looked at the start of the year, when the goaltending was great, they were playing well defensively. The Leafs needed maybe 2 or 3 big timely stops in a game. Now they've pushed the goaltenders where it's can you make 6 or 7? And I think that's why eventually you're starting to see the cracks.
Here's Schmaltz. Had it knocked away. The Leafs get it out and down the ice with 1:05 left to go in the power play.
Even go back to that game 5-4 comeback in Boston. Anthony Stolars gives up 4 goals and still made, 5 or 6 unbelievable saves in that game.
Lawton almost intercepted a pass at the blue line, but now here's Utah getting into the Toronto zone, banking it back to the blue line to the point, kept alive there. It comes into the near boards. Keller got it in front of the net, turning back with it as Gunther to the blue line. Pass to the near side, Sergachev got it inside. Oh, what a chance, up in very close, and it was passed away. Sergachev to the other side. I think that was Barrett Hayton. He had his back to the net, but goaltender Wall was slow to get over there, and if he just backhands it, he scores. Instead, he tried to regroup it out in front to get a shot from a defenseman or in the slot.
Yeah, he had at least 2 feet of the
didn't he?
side.
Absolutely. So the Leafs dodge a bullet, and they're going to dodge this power play as they send it down the ice. A shot on goal, and the penalty expires. Brought to center and in across the line. Hip check sends it into the corner. Spun around the boards by McBain. Trapped at the left point. Over on the near side for Marino. Long shot. Off the post and wide. Rebound into the slot area, and the Leafs are able to break it out. Up on the wing now for Nylander. Nylander works to the blind, then circles back. Still has it. Finds Jake McCabe. McCabe across the line. Nylander gets a pass in front, and Tavares snapped it just wide of the goal. Played into the zone. Nah, didn't make it. I think Anthony Stolars just made his first save of the game at the end of the Leaf bench as it was shot into the Toronto bench. So it'll come back out into neutral ice. And no score in the hockey game.
Boy, best chance of the game, though, comes to John Tavares. A little give and go with Willie Nylander. And Tavares trying to go short side. Vejmelka catches with his right hand. And the Leafs, other than playing Washington, I don't know if they've seen any other lefties this season.
Centering pass to the side of the goal. Matthews couldn't get it. It goes around back of the net. Marino gets it up on the wing and out at center. Stenlund gets it ahead and brought to center. Stenlund to the left wing side. He goes to the front of the net. Good play by Nyes. He knocked his man flying in the slot area and never did get a shot. Back to the blue line. Kept alive there on the pass by Schmaltz. And a pass now intercepted by Marner. Marner starting away with Nyes, who takes his pass in on the left wing. But he loses the handle on it. And the Utah Hockey Club get it back. Do they need to get some... Here's a pass now for Schmaltz. Brought in over the line in the Leaf zone. I was going to ask you, do they need to get some sort of a nickname other than just Hockey Club? Long shot, deflects, and it's gone up into the screen.
I mean, I think they've talked about it. They just didn't have the time to be able to get the jerseys and the branding. And
yeah, it's sort of like the Women's Hockey League that didn't have any.
Yeah, for a year.
For a whole year, yeah. So we'll wait and see. I hope they do. The Utes. Like to be a Ute. Remember the Utes? Well, never. That's another story. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Hi, this is Will Arnett from Smartless, a podcast I do with my pals Sean Hayes and Jason Bateman, with special guests from Howard Stern, Trevor Noah, David Beckham, Kelly Clarkson, to a few presidents. It's an unscripted, unrehearsed, but hopefully not unprepared podcast. We'll cover topics like doing limbo for self-esteem, skydiving hungover to world affairs. And now, you can hear every new episode a full week early on the SiriusXM app. Just search Smartless to join the fun.
NHL Morning Skate.
Defending Stanley Cup champion, General Manager Bill Zito. You have to be cognizant of the chemistry when you go out and make a potential trade, don't you?
We enjoy a little bit of a benefit now where the room is so strong that they can absorb a lot. We just want seamless guys who come in. Their leaders are Reinhart, Kachuk, Barkov, Bobrovsky. That part, it takes care of itself.
NHL Morning Skate with Scott Laughlin and Gord Stellick. Weekdays 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app.
Feel the excitement of the UEFA Champions League knockout stage on SiriusXM FC. Europe's best clubs.
What a start for Inter! And Barca are level! Brilliant Arsenal goal!
The world's brightest stars.
Mbappe! Kane! Salah to score!
All chasing club soccer's ultimate prize.
A new page in their glorious history.
The Champions League knockout stage, where legends are made. On SiriusXM FC, channel 157 in the car, and the SiriusXM app.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind Ristolainen. Walks in. Put it between his legs. Shoots it. Score!
NHL play-by-play on SiriusXM.
Took in some of the Indigenous hockey tournament going on at a number of arenas in Markham. I was up at Angus Glen, and Kaylee and Jesse Armstrong, two of my absolute favorite people. The nieces of the great George Armstrong are very much involved in coaching and helping all of the organizers. I mean, it's enormous. It's at all of the arenas in Markham, and it will be going on all week. So drop out and take in some of the action. Puck down along the near boards in the Toronto zone. Schmaltz trying to get it into the slot. Pass intercepted. Brought out at center with a pass for Lawton that was too far. It goes down into Utah territory, and up on the wing it'll come to center ice. Lawton turns his man back. It's cleared high in the air, bouncing off the skate of Sergachev, and he'll find it now for Sean Dursey, who takes it back in his own zone. Up on the right side. No score in the first period. Brought in over the line by Alex Kerfoot. Down into the corner. Camp takes his man to the wall. Puck pinned up there. Kerfoot, the former Leaf, has it there. Then got it dug free, and it is Camp who comes away with it. Now he gets a little skating room, but can't get it past Kerfoot. Kept in now by Utah as they drop it back to the point. Into the slot area. Drilled along the boards by Gunther. Pass to the far side. Dursey gets it back to the blue line. Now Gunther trying to get a pass in front of the net. Riley with a good job of tying up his man. And now Brandon Carlo, the newest Leaf, gets it up on the wing, and out come the forwards to center ice. Flipped in by Pontus Holmberg to Stephen Lorenz with a shot. Blockered away with the left hand by Velmelka. Leafs trying to get it into the slot. Benoit is able to keep it in. Played it around the boards. It's going to come back to the blue line to Nylander. In for Myers. And he drilled a shot that was blocked. And limping to the bench is the shot blocker. Shot right back down into the Utah zone. Yarncrook after it, but it comes free. Dursey gets it up on the left wing, and it'll be launched high into the Toronto zone. 11:22 to play in the first period. No score. Brought out by Sergachev into the slot, trying to get it free. It does come free, and it's turned back up ice by the Leafs, who just do get it out, but it's going to be brought right back in again. On the wing, going hard to the front of the goal was Krause, but they couldn't get him the puck. Another pass in front, blocked there by Benoit. Benoit playing it ahead, and now Matthews in a tight turn, trying to work it back to the net for Myers. Myers sends it back to his defense partner. Benoit is late getting there. His backhand doesn't clear, and then it's knocked off a line, and it comes to the near side, and Myers can't get it out, and Nyes couldn't get it out. Now it's finally shot out and down the ice. It'll be right on goal, and the Leafs will get a change. 10.5 minutes to play. Scoreless first period. Utah to center. Schmaltz rolls it in over the line. McCabe played it ahead. Marner gave the puck away and a goal. Huge save made by Joseph Woll. Marner was behind him, hoping to be a second goaltender after a horrific giveaway, but the Leafs get an enormous save here.
Why, only the second shot on goal that the Leafs have given up here in the early stages of the game, but it was a big save for Joseph Woll, bailing out Mitch Marner.
A blind backhand pass.
Middle of the ice.
Middle of the ice, right in the middle of the rink. And what a chance that was.
You know, I was about to say the next break. Leafs have held Utah to just one shot on goal. They've been much better defensively in front of their goaltender.
Yeah. Kevin Stenlund is the player that was gifted with the glorious chance. Now Utah bring it in on the left wing with Dursey trying to work it in. Chipped along the boards and up on the near wing. A couple of good hits there by either team. Puck comes free for Carcone, and he couldn't get it in front of the net. And Domi is able to play it to the line, and now free it up for Jake McCabe. Left wing side for McMahon. McMahon gets it down in around back of the net. Dursey will play it out at center, and the Leafs turn it back. Morgan Riley shoots it right back in again. Players had a meeting yesterday as part of the workout, and although it was not a players only meeting with the coaching staff involved, I'm sure a lot of things were aired out. Riley got it into the slot, and a shot by Holmberg went wide of the net. Puck out at center ice. Up on the wing now for Lorenz. Tried to get in over the line. Puck was intercepted. Brought back the other way, and it's turned away at the defense by the Leafs and played down into Utah territory. 8:50 to play in the first period. The game looking for its first goal as Josh Doan, I'm sure with Dad looking on, plays it down into the Leaf zone.
This is just the opposite of what we saw in Colorado on Saturday.
Now here's Nylander tripped up. Could be a penalty, although we can't see the official. Yes, the official now has his arm up. Leafs will go to the power play. Nylander walks the line, got it into the slot. Tavares to Matthews. He doesn't shoot it. Matthews with it, back to Tavares. He doesn't shoot it either. Now it's drilled at the net, and it was blocked and touched now by Utah. And the Maple Leafs will go to their first power play opportunity of the game. And it's brought to you by your Ontario Subaru dealers. Enjoy winter to the fullest with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Visit your local Subaru dealer to book a test drive today. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
Joe and Lucy needed a new roof and reached out to Alpine Credits. I flew over to help them with a home renovation loan. I suggested they transform their house into a giant robot head, beams that shoot from the eyes. Pew, pew! Instead, they just went with shingles. But it's pretty glorious.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. Visit your Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
Saturdays, it's hockey like you've never seen before. Welcome to the NHL Hockeyverse. It's the place where real data of NHL action is transformed, literally, into animations. Combining NHL Edge puck and player tracking data with animations to show hockey like never before.
Let's go inside the helmet.
That's right. This is no video game. The NHL Hockeyverse Matchup of the Week. Oilers vs. Capitals. Watch now on Sportsnet Plus.
Face-off coming in the Utah end, and it is brought to you by Alpine Credits. Do you own your own home and need a loan? Alpine Credits can help. Get approved at alpinecredits.ca.
Well, what about the Detroit Red Wings? Trailing the Ottawa Senators 2-1 with 2.5 seconds left. Face-off in the Ottawa zone. Detroit.
Was Nyes on the ice?
No, and that's why the goal was scored half a second after the... But the Red Wings, 49 shots.
Wow.
Linus Ullmark was outstanding in goal for the Senators, and that's a huge game.
Sure is.
As the Red Wings...
I think the Wings have lost 5 straight, maybe now 6.
Maybe 6, yeah.
Shot down the ice by Utah off the face-off. And Wall will leave it there for Marner, who starts out. Kerfoot mirrors him, and Marner skates to center. Now he's going to bring it to the line and in. Comes to the left wing side for Nyes. Nyes playing it back to the blue line. And Matthews into the slot, gets it again. Matthews down low, a pass in front of the goal. Down is Vejmelka, and he's able to cover up on it. Tavares trying to move it to the slot. Maybe got a little too close to the goalkeeper, who was able to smother it.
Boy, you like the movement there, though, don't you? John Tavares takes the pass from Austin Matthews down around the goal line to the left of Vejmelka.
Tavares has 10 power play goals to lead the team. Draw to the left of Vejmelka. And Tavares wins it to Nylander. Nylander to Marner. Mishandled it, but was able to keep it in. Place it to the side of the goal. Nyes to Matthews. Matthews to Tavares. Back to the point. Marner in the slot. Wrist shot coming. Big rebound in front. Vejmelka with a big save. He had to go from his right to his left, and that puck was in the air when he got it off his blocking glove, and Tavares looked skyward as another good chance thwarted by the Utah goalkeeper.
One reason I do like Mitch Marner playing back on the point, Joe, on the power play, he is very good at getting the puck past the first man coming out. Get the puck towards and out into traffic in front.
Well, he's also the most responsible, probably defensive forward, although the giveaway is notwithstanding. Shot, scores! Nylander! Set up by Marner! And Willie snaps home the opening goal with a power play marker.
9th power play goal on the year for Willie Nylander. A big face-off win. Then the pass from the point to Willie Nylander, the top of the left wing circle. And he goes far side. Actually, Utah wins the draw, and the Leafs are able to track it down. Nyes picks up the loose puck, puts it to Marner at the point, and Marner quickly relays it to Willie Nylander on the left wing side. And the right-handed shooting Nylander decides he's going to go far side over the blocker of Vejmelka to give the Leafs a 1-0 lead.
You think that they discussed the fact that he is left-handed a lot in the pregame speeches? I mean, teams must have thought a lot about when they were playing against you, because you were left-handed.
Yeah, they thought a lot about it. So did our team. I think our team talked about it more than theirs.
I can't come up with anything that just is normal, and you've got to take it the wrong way.
No, I took it the right way.
Here's the shot by Morgan Riley. Goes high over top of the net. Leafs buzzing here. Play it around back of the net, but it won't reach McMahon. And it's cleared out at center ice, and the Leafs have it at the red line. Drilled back in again by Carlo. Along the boards on the left wing side. Played by Dursey back of the net, but cut off over there by Scott Lawton. A between the legs pass didn't reach Domi. And now here's Utah getting in over the line. Domi trying to get it away from his man. It's played down into the corner, cut off there adroitly by the Leafs, and then launched high into the center ice area, forcing Ian Cole back into his own zone.
Leafs a lot more aggressive in their own zone.
Goal comes at 12:42. Marner and Nyes get the helpers. Centering pass. Big save made there by Wall. And then it is very cool, calm, and collectedly taken by Ekman Larsson back to his goaltender to stop play.
I really thought the last few games, especially the game in Colorado, I know you have to respect their skill, but the Leafs got into that five-man collapse in their own zone. They gave up the boards, gave up the points, and Colorado was able to generate numerous cycles and offensive zone pressure.
Nylander's 36th of the year and his 66th point. He leads the Leafs in goal scoring. Marner playing it off the boards to center ice. It'll force everyone back. Nyes trying to pressure Marino and gets him to the near boards. Marino then comes away with a loose puck. He'll try to backhand it in, and Marner stole it, got it back for Matthews. Matthews makes a nifty little play to get it in over the line. Hooked to the ice, and he fell, and 10 feet away, the official said, nay. Well, he may not have said nay. Didn't put his arm up. Played off a stick, and it's going to go into the Toronto bench. And Anthony Stolarz has just made his second save of the game at the end of the bench.
You may not know what the referee said, but I bet you I can ballpark what Austin Matthews just said.
Yes, I think you're probably right. The Leafs with a 1-0 lead. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
It comes around every year. People begin to scramble for information. It's a beast like no other. And VSiN is here to help you navigate the waters of the NCAA men's basketball tournament. Sharp Week begins on Sunday, and our team of college hoops experts will guide you through your brackets. Want to know who the wagering sharps are picking? Tune in to Sharp Week on VSiN, Sirius XM 158. Sharps! You're gonna need a bigger bet.
The best player analysts and insiders live on NHL Network Radio. Mike Johnson.
If you would have asked me, what's the one record that would never, ever, ever be broken? Was the 894 goals. Every single day he scores, that's sort of the lead story in the NHL. And yet here's Ovi about to do it, and he's going to push through 900 goals, and he could push to 1,000 if he wanted to. If he played 3 more seasons.
Get the latest opinion and analysis you need on the home of hockey, NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
Feel the excitement of the UEFA Champions League knockout stage on Sirius XM FC. Europe's best clubs.
What a start for Inter! And Barca are level! Brilliant Arsenal goal!
The world's brightest stars.
Mbappe! Kane! Salah to score!
All chasing club soccer's ultimate prize.
What's up, insiders? I am back from practice. We've got the chat up. It is a little bit out of the size there. The Buds with the 1-0 lead. I love it. They're back on the ice. So the commercial break is going to end any second. But please join me. Do not go anywhere. Do not go refill your cocktails. My ice is melted. I need to go get more. And make sure you click the link to see where everyone is watching from tonight. Here with us on the first intermission. Immediately for the first commercial break. Go Leafs, go. Let's get another one before the end of the first.
Absolutely.
Lives in Buffalo because a case of beer is about $7 cheaper than in Canada. Maybe more.
For now.
For now. Played down into the Leaf zone. Nylander pushes it ahead for Tavares. Tavares to center. Plays it in on the right wing. Trying to get in there was Yarncrook. Yarncrook creates a disturbance to get the puck free to Nylander. Into the slot and a shot. That was blocked, and it comes all the way out at center, forcing Nylander back to retrieve it.
That goal for Nylander is 5th goal against Carl Vejmelka in 6 games played against him.
Up on the left wing for David Camp. Camp sends it down into Utah territory. 4.5 minutes to play in the period. Leafs get a turnover in the slot area. Shot into the chest by Pontus Holmberg as Vejmelka will cover up and bring a face-off in the Utah zone.
Yeah, I think Craig Brube's got to be thrilled with the start. That's 11 shots now for the Leafs. They've given up just 3, although Utah did hit a crossbar on Joseph Woll. One of the things about Utah, they have 10 overtime shootout losses on the season. That puts them in a 3-way tie for second most in the league with Calgary and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Vancouver has 11, the most. And Vancouver, Calgary, and Utah, who's trying to catch both of them, are, imagine if you even win half of those.
Yep. Utah's record is 28, 25, and 10, 66 points. But they have a losing record in the Delta Arena in their very first year of playing in that facility.
They have won 4 of their last 5, but 12, 13, and 6 at home this year.
Stenlund gets it over on the left wing. It's fired down into the Toronto zone. Wall out of the cage to play it back into the corner, and the Leafs get it up on the wing and now drop it back for Benoit, who carries to center. A diagonal shoot it into the right wing corner, and the Utah Hockey Club is there to play it high off a stick to center ice, and the Leafs have it at their own blue line. OEL playing it ahead for Bobby McMahon. Rink wide for Jake McCabe. Quickly up on the wing. That misfires, but it goes right on goal. Velmelka clears it into the corner and narrowly missed the referee schnoz, or proboscis, if you will. Played back out into the center ice area, and the Utah team gets it down into the zone. And an errant pass is going to slide all the way back into their own end. Nylander from Marner and Nyes. A power play marker for the Maple Leafs. 1-0 score. Here's Utah hitting the blue line. Almost offside, and a sharp angle shot went well wide. Rebound to the near line. Pushed out at center ice then. Controlled by Marner. Trying to go rink wide, and he does to find Matthews, but he's double teamed over there and can't come up with the puck. But then turnover. Good play by Morgan Riley to send it back. Just missing Matthews as it comes around the boards to the near side. Okay, the camera went kind of fuzzy there. I'm not sure how the puck ended up in the goaltender's glove, but there's a stoppage of play and a face-off coming in the Utah zone.
Well, things are going to get interesting where the Leafs will return home finally. This is, like I said, you've got to be very careful when you complain about scheduling to teams like Vancouver and the Los Angeles Kings. Calgary was on the road for 2 weeks, but it was on the road, back for one, on the road again, that in a very short period of time that I think you looked at this part of the schedule back in September and said that's going to be a challenge, and it has been.
Here's the Utah Hockey Club getting a puck knocked away, and Ekman Larsson gets it to Nylander. Nylander to the far side. A bank pass will find Tavares. Tavares to Nylander with speed down the left wing. On his backhand, has to curl. Gets it back to the blue line to OEL with a pass in front that exploded off the shin pad of Yarncrook, and out comes Utah. In across the line is Gunther, and a long shot is smothered by goaltender Joseph Woll. 2:08 to play in the period. This is the Delta Arena. And I was going through thinking about how many arenas we've not been to since not traveling, obviously, but the Delta Arena, the Mullet Arena, where Arizona was up until last year. UBS Arena is the new rink that the Islanders are playing in. The Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle, we've not been to. And the only other one I can think of that I haven't been to, it's a long shot stopped there by Wall, is the old Madison Square Garden. The original 6 ones, I'd been to all of them, including the Olympia. Here's Domi getting it back into the slot. Drops off a stick and goes into the corner. Domi looking in front, centers. It didn't reach McMahon. Although there's a whistle here for what I don't know.
Did that come off? Or are the Leafs going on the power play? Utah touched the puck and the whistle was gone.
Yep.
And the Leafs may be going to their second power play. Ian Cole, the defenseman, is going to the bench. High sticking is going to be the call.
Yeah, we were reminiscing about some of the old buildings we'd been out, like the Colisée, Quebec City.
Some of the old rink in downtown
exhibition
Miami.
center in Vancouver. The old, the rat infested arena. Even the baseball stadium in Tampa House games.
Yeah, I was never at that one.
All right. So the Leafs are on the power play as it's cleared out and down the ice. And the power play brought to you by your Ontario Subaru dealers. Enjoy winter to the fullest with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Visit your local Subaru dealer to book a test drive. Marner dropping the puck back, but it's a turnover. Oh, and a good play made by Nylander to steal it. Now the Leafs have numbers, but can't get it across the line. A pass back into neutral ice. Every turnover that doesn't get into the zone, you...
That's where the 5 forwards come into play.
Marner dropping it off for Domi. Second unit coming over the boards. Domi hits the line. Played it off on the wing for OEL. Played around back of the net. Domi cuts it off in the far corner. Had difficulties with it. Punched up on the wing. OEL was able to keep it in. Good play by Yarncrook to help out. Played around back into the far corner. Grabbed off on the far side by Mata. He can't get it up the boards. McMahon outgunning his opponent. Got it back to OEL, to the blue line to Riley, to the side of the goal. Back to Riley. It comes from Yarncrook. Shot into the corner. In front for a shot. Scores! Kelly Yarncrook, welcome back! Scores on the power play, and the Leafs are 2 for 2 with the man advantage and have a 2-0 lead.
So Nick Robertson comes out of the lineup, and Yarncrook put back in and gets his time in the second power play unit. And this was good work go along the boards by Max Domi and Bobby McMahon. But Yarncrook threw the puck to the point and went right to the front of the net. And Max Domi, from the goal line to the left of Amelka, looks out front, and there's a little soft area between the hash marks that finds Yarncrook, and he snaps it. The second is on his stick, and the Leafs are up 2 thanks to the special team.
Been a while for goals for Kelly Yarncrook, hasn't it?
I believe last March.
Yeah. Played around back of the net. Just 13 seconds left in the period. And Utah hits the line on the right wing side. Into the corner, a centering pass knocked away nicely there by Lorenz. He takes it to the boards to eat up the final seconds and is successful in doing just that. So Nylander from Marner and Nyes at 12:42, and Yarncrook from Domi, and I'm sure Morgan Riley's got to get an assist on that as well. Did he not throw that into the corner to Domi? It's not official on the board, but I kind of think it is. 19:38 the time. The Leafs with a 2-0 lead.
I'm just trying to find the stats on Kelly Yarncrook for his last goal, and I can tell you, as I know Stewie and Jim Taddy are getting ready here, his last goal, Joe, was January 6, 2024 at San Jose.
And the official scorer has agreed with me. Morgan Riley draws an assist. 2-0 Toronto. A lot more pleasant things to chat about for Jim Taddy and Anthony Stewart. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
The Players' Championship is on Sirius XM PGA Tour Radio, Channel 92.
Scotty Scheffler becomes the first player ever to win back-to-back Players.
The best field in golf stands on the way of an unprecedented three-peat for Scotty Scheffler.
Very rare air where Scotty Scheffler is now, and he is making a historical-type run.
Live coverage from the stadium course at TPC Sawgrass begins Thursday at noon Eastern. The Players' Championship is on Channel 92 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
NHL Morning Skate.
Defending Stanley Cup champion, General Manager Bill Zito. You have to be cognizant of the chemistry when you go out and make a potential trade, don't you?
We enjoy a little bit of a benefit now where the room is so strong that they can absorb a lot. We just want seamless guys who come in. Their leaders are Reinhart, Kachuk, Barkov, Bobrovsky. That part, it takes care of itself.
NHL Morning Skate with Scott Laughlin and Gord Stellick. Weekdays 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app. The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
We welcome Utah's Barrett Hayton. Does the P word come up? Do you look at the standings on a daily basis?
You look at the standings, you obviously know what other teams are doing, but at the same time, we know what we have to do. And we talked about it kind of before the break and using the break to kind of have a springboard to this last stretch, kind of be dialed in and feeling good right from the start and trying to build that momentum.
The Power Play, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. All right, it's working. Now I just have to find the video. Where did my camera go? Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, I am not made for this. I need to find a producer. This is insane. Where is my webcam? Come on, ladies and gentlemen, help me out. Leafs with the 2-0 lead. Just got the second power play goal. Absolutely beautiful there, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely beautiful. There's the picture. All right, now we're in business. You can hear me. You can see me. Leafs with the 2-0 lead. I got it up here. What a great goal and what a pass that was from Domi over in the corner to find Yarncrook, and he just bangs it home. 2-0, 2 power play goals. Let's go. We need to get back on track, and we're doing just that. Cheers to all of you in the chat. So great to see you all hanging out with us. Now is the time of the show for you to let us know where you are watching from in the chat. Please let us know in the chat where you're watching from, and then click this really cool link that I just put out in the chat here. I'm going to keep sending it out because you guys are fast, right? But I'm going to switch it over now. I'm going to try to add my camera in to the map thing here and see if we can't watch this thing. It is really cool. All right, let's switch it over to the map scene. Boom, here we go. Go Leafs, go. Thank you for helping me launch my website, ladies and gentlemen. This is a dream come true. You guys have no idea. This is so cool. And look at this. We've got people flying in. 27 page views, 28. There we go. The last 3 views from Canada. Oh, Portugal in the house. There is Portugal. This is so cool. Absolutely amazing. There you go. United States as well. Should we zoom in on a specific area? Chat, where should we, let's see if I can't add this live chat in here. Hold on 1 second. Window capture, ba-boom. Live, baby. Here we are. Whoa, hey, I'll get to see the stats for tonight. This is a great live tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The competition is sleeping this evening. They should be doing this game, but people are sleeping. But yeah, here we are. Go Leafs, go! Allison's laughing at me over here. But, all right, now I can see in the chat. All right, there we go. We got another one. Montreal in the house coming in. All right, where am I going? Isn't that freaking cool, Shield? I am on cloud 9, ladies and gentlemen. This is like day 18 in a row of the best day of my life. Big shout out to Level Up SEO. Thank you, Isabel, for getting that awesome video changed for us tonight before the launch. And please check out the website, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be doing, this is part of every live stream going forward now. We are going to be able to integrate this into every single stream. So when we're doing the March Madness campaign, which I actually have to find that and pull that up right now. Wait a minute, I got to put this chat behind me. How do I put this chat behind me? Boom, there's the chat behind me now. Now where do I get the awesome Sick Kids Bracket Mania campaign? Ladies and gentlemen, it is underway. I just created the stream link today to coincide with the website launch. And now, oh, there's FJB. You know what, buddy? Time out. You know, you're just going to have to take a break. All right? Put user in timeout. Let's see. How long? 30 minutes is good. All right. So here we are. Thank you, everybody, for clicking in on these links. We've got Czech Republic in the house. Holy cow, Prague just logged in to Toronto Sports Insider. We're up to 78 page views here. Wow. And that's total. I'm looking at a different number because this is from this morning when we went absolutely live. Before I put the descriptions up. This is so cool. Bruce, thank you. Bruce Ferries, nice live app. Thank you very much. Carmen, Brandy, SM Wayne just on the beach in Europe, buddy. One day, I'm going to come hang out with you on a beach in Europe. We're going to listen to some sports radio on the beach in Europe at whatever frickin' time it is, any time of the day. There you go. We got Singapore in the house. Thank you for whoever just logged in from Singapore. I'm going to zoom in on this because we need to just see how this works here. All right, so let's zoom in. We've got some action here in Europe. And there we got Portugal, as well as the Czech Republic in Prague. And there is my buddy, True Killer, on Discord. True, are you sleeping, buddy? He played some champs today. I haven't heard if he finished 15-0 yet, but he was 5-0. So we'll see. But the kids are screaming upstairs. Let's see where else we've got. Let's zoom in on the place we need to zoom. Oh, man, we're getting a lot of action out on the East Coast. Look at the Bees showing up big time over here from Canada. There's St. Catharines, Ottawa, London. It is just Maple Ridge. I love it. This is so cool, ladies and gentlemen. Here you go. We've got a lot of action. One visitor from Null, but it seems to be over by Moncton. So thanks for joining us out there in New Brunswick, ladies and gentlemen. All right, there you go. Let's see. Brandy, did you click the link for us? Or where are you? Out in California, right? There's Toronto. The red dot's coming here in Chicago because that's where I'm based, ladies and gentlemen. That's just what it is. There you go. There's Brandy. I think that's Brandy. Is that you, Brandy? There's Brandy. There's somebody in California. Maybe that's you, Brandy. Maybe not. We'll never know. We'll never know. All right, we got Alabama in the house, South Carolina in the house, Jasper, Indiana in the house. Big shout out to Mr. Niederberger if you're watching. Ryan and Ivy, thanks for growing up with me there down in Florida. And man, this is so cool. People just streaming in right now. If you have not done so already, please click the link that we have here in the chat. Let me listen to the audio. Are we back to talking hockey yet, or is it still this? There you go. Brandy says it is definitely me. Thank you, Brandy. I love it. Here you go. Let's get in on the region that matters right here. All right, Montreal popping up right now. We got somebody in Detroit that came up in the house. Somebody from the United States. All right, look at this. We're up to 64 page views now since this is launched. Wow. Thank you to the 64 people who have come in here and shared where you are watching from with us live here on Toronto Sports Insider. I will be doing this probably in the second intermission again, just for fun, and in the post game. You know what? Forget it. Second intermission, we're here for hockey. We need to talk hockey and listen to the intermission report since I've wasted your ears off here with the launch of this amazing website. Check out the website as well. If you see anything in the shop, please, I'd be honored for someone to be an OG insider and buy some of the first merch available on our website. There's Brazil in the house. All right. Brazil, I love it. We've got Brazil and then a visitor from unknown location. You win. Tonight, unknown location right there is the big winner. Whoever you are, you're awesome. Send me a DM somewhere or an email so I can figure out what kind of systems you're using because this is so cool. There's Singapore again and Mississauga. Hey, Mississauga. What a place. I remember that place very, very well. Poor Credit in the house. Lauren Park. Anybody? All right, there you go. Philippines as well. Here, popping in. There's some more in the Czech Republic. All right, we're up to 80 now. Let's get back to the hockey so that you guys and gals can hear the intermission report. And we're going to get back to the Leafs kicking some butt. Should I stand up here? Yeah, there you go. Maybe I should stand up. All right, man, I should have figured that out about 10 minutes ago, huh? All right, 82, thank you so much for clicking that link that is pinned in the chat. And I will send it out one more time since it's copy-pasted. Maybe I'll send it out about 6 more times. Go Leafs, go! They're talking about will Mitch Marner be a Leaf next season? Let's start a poll. Let me know in the poll if you think Marner will be a Leaf next season. My vote, No, he won't be back. He's going to get paid somewhere else. Peace, Mitch. We'll be fine without you. But I love you. You've done good things for the Leafs, and especially Canada lately. Big shout out to Mitch Marner for rocking it out at the Four Nations face-off. Go Leafs, go!
Health supplement. Available at Shoppers Drug Mart, Walmart, Loblaws, Jean Coutu, and London Drugs, or online at Amazon and newnordic.ca.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Huh, maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. Visit your Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
Lately, times have been challenging, with many people facing increased interest rates, inflation, and rising credit card debt. Everyone needs a little help from time to time, but it can be hard to ask for help when it comes to your personal finances. But you're not alone. Millions of Canadians share that feeling with you. 500,000 Canadians have found help with their debt, and so can you, with Consolidated Credit Counseling Services of Canada. They are one of the largest non-profit credit counseling organizations in the country, with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. They could help you consolidate your bills into one affordable payment, minimize your interest rates, and get you out of debt fast. No matter how much you owe, you don't need to do this alone. To get help, call 1-800-288-4991. That's 1-800-288-4991. Let Consolidated Credit get you back to a debt-free life. Call 1-800-288-4991. Call toll-free today for a free consultation. 1-800-288-4991. Ontario license number 4705786.
The Town Scoreboard is brought to you by Maple Toyota. You don't have to go to town for a great new Tundra RAV4 gas or hybrid. Maple Toyota has them in stock and ready to deliver. Visit mapletoyota.com. Here's what we have into the second period. Chicago and Colorado are scoreless. The Sabres hosting the Oilers tonight. Sabres win that 3-2. Red Wings in Ottawa. Ottawa wins it 2-1. Red Wings had 49 shots on goal. Ottawa, big win, 2-1 there. In our game, 2-0 for the Leafs over the Utah Hockey Club after 20 minutes of play. Nylander is 36th and Yarncroke is first, both in the power play. Leafs out shooting Utah 13-4 in the first period. Oh, yes, Guy, the second period is next. This is Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey on TSN 1050, the iHeartRadio app, and the Leafs Radio Network.
It comes around every year. People begin to scramble for information. It's a beast like no other. And VSiN is here to help you navigate the waters of the NCAA men's basketball tournament. Sharp Week begins on Sunday, and our team of college hoops experts will guide you through your brackets. Want to know who the wagering sharps are picking? Tune in to Sharp Week on VSiN, Sirius XM 158. Sharps! You're gonna need a bigger bet.
NHL Morning Skate.
Defending Stanley Cup champion, General Manager Bill Zito. You have to be cognizant of the chemistry when you go out and make a potential trade, don't you?
We enjoy a little bit of a benefit now where the room is so strong that they can absorb a lot. We just want seamless guys who come in. Your leaders are Reinhart, Kachuk, Barkov, Bobrovsky. That part, it takes care of itself.
NHL Morning Skate with Scott Laughlin and Gord Stellick. Weekdays 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
Feel the excitement of the UEFA Champions League knockout stage on Sirius XM FC. Europe's best clubs.
What a start for Inter! And Barca are level! Brilliant Arsenal goal!
The world's brightest stars.
Mbappe! Kane! Salah to score!
All chasing club soccer's ultimate prize.
A new page in their glorious history.
The Champions League knockout stage, where legends are made. On Sirius XM FC, channel 157 in the car, and the Sirius XM app.
Join me, Gord Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind, wrist the line, and walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, score!
NHL Play-by-Play on Sirius XM.
The world's most thrilling league is now in the palm of your hand. Hear every English Premier League match all season long on the Sirius XM app. Just search for your favourite team.
Hockey lives here.
Suzuki sweeps it. There's a chance. Rebound, Caulfield shoots and scores.
NHL Play-by-Play on Sirius XM.
Leafs with a 2-0 lead after the first period of play down in... No, I guess it's not. It's more over in Utah. Yeah. Well, down a little bit, but not too much.
Over there.
Oh. But if you turn this way...
Hey, with the assist on the Kelly Yarncroc goal at 1938 of the first period, Morgan Riley now has 418 career assists for the Leafs, and that moves him past George Armstrong for sole possession of 7th on the Maple Leafs all-time assist register.
That ties it very nicely with me seeing Kaylee and Jesse Armstrong, his nieces.
But you said that before you got the assist.
Yeah, but it still ties in.
Would have tied better if you'd have waited.
Well, I didn't know he was going to get an assist.
That's why they were loose ends. Anyway, much better period by the Leafs to start there. I was going to say, too, Clayton Keller leads the Utah Hockey Club in scoring. And probably because he played in Arizona, or he's played in Arizona for so long before this season, doesn't get kind of the respect he deserves. In the last 3 years, he is 17th in points in the National Hockey League. Now, you may not think that's great, but during that stretch, to give you some reference, Austin Matthews is 13th and Willie Nylander is 14th.
Wow.
In points in the last 3 years.
You don't realize that with Keller, do you?
No.
We're underway with the Leafs to the left and the Utah Hockey Club to the right.
Yeah, grew up a Red Wings fan. So
played out at center and into the zone. Not sure what we're hearing. We're hearing somebody's doing play-by-play for us. Hey, I guess we get the rest of the night off.
Hey, now another thing is, again, when you look at the point totals for Clayton Keller, he has more points than Gil McCarr, Sam Reinhart, Quinn Hughes, Kirill Kaprizov, and Kyle Connor in that time. So, here's a guy that doesn't get a lot of love because of, I guess, the location in Arizona, playing in front of 5,000 people. But
draw one by Toronto. Wrist shot by Marner was blocked. Nyes muscles his way to the puck to get it back to the point. D-to-D pass looking for Brandon Carlo was out of his reach. And then Carlo intercepts a pass in the center ice area, but then he loses it. Keller trying to work in. He's on his backhand. Hits the side of the goal. Wall outlasted him. He went from post to post and got enough of his big frame in the way that Keller couldn't get it by him.
I was getting mad at myself there, even mentioning Clayton Keller, and then he gets a grade A scoring chance.
We still love you. Played back in over the line and into the Utah zone. And back behind the net is Mikhail Sergachev. He gets it through center ice, but too far. And an icing call comes as Benoit was in position. And with 18:48 to go in the period, back into the Utah zone it comes.
I don't know if they have great places to go during intermissions, but there are a lot of empty seats in that building right now, aren't there?
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, it's a basketball facility, right?
Yeah,
and it's a lot like in Arizona and Scottsdale when they played there, and they had to block off a bunch of seats because you couldn't see the net below you. And then I think they were the suicide seats because they didn't have the screen mesh up there. So, yeah, if you were in the first row, you might be having some denture work.
Maybe you get a win, but even if you get a point out of tonight,
somebody's trying to help us out a little bit.
The same thing. You might get off to a slow start in a tournament or a major championship. And
played back into the Toronto zone. And on the near side, it comes over for Myers. Myers will get it ahead, and the pass gets onto the wing, and it is shot into the zone there by David Camp. Puck around the boards on the near side. Pass intercepted. Leafs get to it, trying to look for a man in front. It comes back to the point. Long shot. That bounced wide. Centering pass went off a body in front, and a whistle. And a broken stick may be the DNA evidence that the Utah Hockey Club doesn't need. And a slashing penalty is coming, and the Leafs are 2 for 2 on the power play.
We're going to watch it here. And yeah, that was on, trying to see who is going to the net. Liam O'Brien is the Utah player that is going to go to the box. So after the Leafs have the first penalty kill of the night, they go on their third straight power play now, and they're 2 for 2 already.
So the power play is brought to you by your Ontario Subaru dealers. Enjoy winter to the fullest with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Visit your local Subaru dealer to book a test drive today. And Utah wins the face-off and sends it out and down the ice. Marner starts up. He'll drop the puck back. Nylander with speed hits the red line in the middle of the rink to get it up on the left wing side and then gets it into the corner. He'll play it back to the blue line where maybe he should have been, but there was no one there. And it's all the way down into the Toronto end. Marner starts back up. He's going to drop it for Willie again. Nylander through center. Left wing feed this time. The Leafs gain the zone. Played back into the slot area, but it bounced over Nylander's stick. And it is shot down the ice by Utah. It won't get back at the net, so Wall was unable to go out and play the puck. And now the Leafs trying to dig it free, and they have. And Matthews turns back in his own zone. He'll give it off to Marner. Marner realizes Matthews is behind him, but he gives the puck away. Here's a chance now for the Utah Hockey Club, and Stenlund overskated the puck. Mitch has had a couple of hiccups here. Played down into the zone and into the Utah zone. Tavares couldn't get to it. Ole Mata will skate it out at center. He's working against Matthews on the defense and plays it in. And now Morgan Riley is onto the ice for Toronto. Brought to center. It was the second unit that scored the second power play goal for Toronto. Brought in on the left wing. Gobbled up by Sergachev and played around the boards to the left wing side. Oliver Ekman-Larsson keeps it in. Pitched into the corner on the far side for Yarncrook. Yarncrook holds, plays it back to the blue line. Another broken stick out there somewhere. Riley gets it off to Yarncrook on the left wing side. Back to Riley, a shot into the chest of Velmelka. And he's going to hang on to it.
Well, it takes a minute 59 for the Leafs to get the puck to the net on this power play. Still out shooting Utah a large amount, 15-4. The Leafs had a tough time setting up in the Utah zone.
So the face-off will be in the Utah end of the rink. The draw to the right of Velmelka. And then Holmberg has to go in to take the face-off as Lawton was waved out. Scott Lawton was pretty hard on himself about the first game. Never had a practice. Arrived just in time to play the game and wasn't pleased. He was -2, but he wasn't alone, and the Leafs not playing well. Now here's Utah in across the line. Long shot. Blockered away nicely by Wall. Played up on the wing on the near side. The Leafs get it out at center ice. Utah's going to shoot it right back in again. Wall this time able to slow it up a little bit. Far side for Jake McCabe. He gets some help there from David Camp. Back of the net it'll go. Near side played by Brandon Carlo out at center. And the Leafs get through center ice and in on the right wing. Pontus Holmberg trying to center as it goes back of the net for Camp. Camp to the far half boards. Back to the point. Long shot. Scores! A wrist shot from the point. And it is Simon Benoit getting his first goal of the season. I believe, unless Lorenz got there ahead or got a tip of it, but Benoit let the shot go. And it's 3-0 Toronto.
How about this for secondary scoring? You're right. Lorenz was there. This goes off a stick, a Utah player's stick. High in the slot. And knuckles all the way over the shoulder of Pamelka. I mean, this is just a matter of get the puck to the net. And for Simon Benoit, his first goal since last January 27th. So both Yarncroc and Benoit had not scored.
Oh, wait a minute.
I don't know what they're
well,
looking
I think
at here.
they're looking to see
if it was a high stick
if not Benoit, but if Lorenz touched it.
Yeah, I don't
believe he did.
No, not from that angle. I think this goes off the stick high in the slot.
The previous goal is under review to see if there was a high stick prior to the goal.
Lorenz quickly, and rightly so, just came back and was all over Benoit for the goal. And so it wasn't like he was trying to.
Oh, maybe he does.
If he does,
it might have been a double deflection.
Well, they're going to have to really slow this down to see.
Yeah, and this was accidental because, as I said, the puck was deflected at first from the Utah player closest to Benoit at the blue line.
Now, Lorenz is sitting on the bench not looking guilty by any stretch of the imagination.
Let's see, I think, Joe, we're getting a slow motion look at it. Oh, does it go off?
Off the shoulder.
Of the Utah player, maybe.
Dursey, yes.
I don't think that touches
I don't think it touches Lorenz either. And
I believe
we have seen others who know that they did touch it try to convince others.
Well, there was Matthew and I. We're going to get about a third different angle at it here. But yeah, I think this goes off Dursey and in.
Yep.
So the double deflection, I don't think it ever does get to Steven Lorenz, but this is taking a long time.
It's a tough. You don't really get the end zone angle from the Leaf end would probably give you a better look at it, but there's not a camera that's going to provide that, I don't believe. But Simon Benoit at this point has credit for the goal, and if that's the case, it will stand because it goes off of Dursey, Sean Dursey, and the officials. I guess we haven't identified them. Chris Rooney and Cody Beach are the referees. Brendan Garlitz and Mitch Hunt are the linesmen. And so Beach and Rooney are talking with Toronto, and they're trying to get a decent look at it to see whether Lorenz touched the puck. If it was completely by accident. He was trying to get out of the way. He thought that was coming to his head.
I still think that one angle looked like it went off the defenseman Dursey right in front of Vejmelka and down.
So what they're going to have to look for, it definitely hit the Utah player. Did the puck then change angle again? Is there any kind of visual that shows that the puck after hitting the shoulder then one way and then...
Yeah, I thought it looked like it hit his shoulder and went down.
Well, here we are. We got the decision.
After video review has determined that we have a goal.
You know what? We need him to go to do the Oscars. That was brilliant.
Or color.
That was Cody Beach at his best.
I'm not going to lie. He could do color.
He might be able to do play-by-play, too.
Alex Tournier is just livid on the Arizona bench. But like we said, it looked like there was this double deflection. First off his stick after Benoit let it go. It goes up in the air, and then...
Oh, here's the bad news. They've got Lorenz down as the goal scorer on the officials. They're going to have to change that.
Well...
Now we've got something going on that they aren't showing. Oh, there's going to be a fight. Benoit and Kesselring. Kesselring throwing overhand rights. Down goes Kesselring with Benoit on top of him.
And I don't know what Benoit said after that. But Kesselring now trying to get the crowd pumped up. And I have no idea why this started. I mean, you've got two defensemen going at it off the faceoff.
He's an assist away from the hat trick.
And you just heard somebody ask, instigator no, because Kesselring, you would think, was the instigator.
Why would Benoit get involved, right?
Yep. But boy, come on, Benoit with the WWE.
Oh, boy, and his head hit the ice, too. Yeah. He went right down on top of him, and Benoit flexing his knuckles.
Yeah, we still haven't seen a replay as to why this started. But when you would think that it was closer to the Leaf blue line, that Kesselring had to be the instigator, would you not?
Well, we'll never know, Mr. Ralph.
Yeah,
we can't tell you what we don't see. But 5 minutes each for fighting is the lone penalties. And the draw in the Utah zone. 3-0 Toronto. Domi won the draw, but it is cleared back of the net. And Utah comes away with it with a pass over on the right wing side. Marino will get it out at center. Now Marino trying to play it up the boards. Mata had troubles with it. Now Domi unable to get it freed up. And it'll be shot into the Toronto end as it bounces into the far corner, and Morgan Riley has it. So all now, Simon Benoit, all he needs is an assist for a Gordie Howe hat trick. Played along the boards and into the corner. Now Matthews coming up with a shot, and a wrist shot taken by Domi just went wide. Leafs keep the puck in, and there's a whistle. And I'm not sure for what. I haven't seen any official on the screen yet to tell us whether there was it an offside? You're not helping.
No, Matthew Nyes doesn't seem too concerned. That's all we saw of his Nyes skating out.
Okay, maybe it was offside. All right. Although it didn't seem to be close to the blue line. Anyway, shot back down into the Utah zone. Played around back of the net. Sergachev got it to the far side. Leafs intercept with a shot that was deflected, and Velmelka is able to cover up on it. Matthew Nyes may have got a bit of a redirect there.
Well,
you know that Gordie Howe only had 3 Gordie Howe hat tricks?
I didn't think it was that many.
No.
By the way,
Rick Tocchet had something like 13 or 14.
And Steven Lorenz is still the goal scorer, so that might be why Alex Tournier, the Utah coach, was so upset. That if it was Lorenz touched it,
it had to be a high stick.
Yeah.
Had to be a high stick. Wow. Okay, well, we'll wait and see if that gets...
It'll be the first in 15 games for Lorenz, so not quite 13 months of the calendar year like it would have been for Benoit.
Yeah, and so much for the Gordie Howe hat trick. Unless Lorenz gets involved here.
Well, you got the toughest one out of the way.
Yeah, you did. Brought to center and in on the right side. Utah trying to find a man in the slot area, and Gunther shot it off the heel of his stick and it went harmlessly wide. Morgan Riley carries down the left wing boards to get it ahead, but couldn't hook up. Utah gets it back in over the line. Peller trying to get it in front. Had it taken away initially there by Yarncrook. A centering pass, and it's knocked away by the Leafs and out and down the ice. No icing. And going back to retrieve it is Sean Dursey. Dursey plays it up on the right wing boards. A pass through center ice, intercepted by Tavares. Leafs get it back to Nylander. He circles, works to the line, in on the left wing boards, ran out of real estate, and the Utah Hockey Club will get it back to the Toronto blue line. Pass up on the wing for Tavares. Tavares to the line, chips it in over the line. Pontus Holmberg couldn't get to it, neither could Lorenz. Leafs in the midst of a change, and the Utah have it back in their own zone. Cole gets it up on the left wing. Played out at center ice now to the line. Broken up at the Leaf defense. And the Leafs will regroup the puck with McCabe finding his defense partner. And Myers shoots it down into Utah territory. 12 and a half minutes to go, second period. And it is 3-0 Toronto. Turnover again. Leafs down the left wing side. Holmberg holds up at the half board. Sends it back to the blue line. Over on the right wing side. Here is Carlo trying to keep it alive for the Leafs. Back of the net for Domi. Domi looks in front, goes back to the blue line, and it's going to bounce over a stick. And a breakaway opportunity now. In over the line, Carson. And a good save made by Wall. Carcone came in on the right side and got behind everybody. And again, Joseph Wall has not been overly busy, but when he's had to, he has been stellar. Back in again with a pass in front, and they score. Michael Carcone is going to get the goal after missing on the breakaway.
And this is not going to make Craig Berube happy. Back-to-back opportunities off the rush. Carcone blew past Ekman Larson for the first one. Wall was able to stay with him and get his right pad on it. And this one, Doan actually makes a nice play. Top of the left wing circle. Looks up. He's got Carcone going to the net. And this is just a little chip. Up and over the right shoulder, left shoulder of Wall, glove side. under the crossbar to get Utah on the board. Just 8 shots on goal for the hockey club. But they're back in it 3-1. The Leafs lead, 11:46 to go in the second period.
So it is 3-1, nearing the midway point of the second period. Sergachev sends it down into the Toronto zone. Wall sends it around the boards. The Leafs don't get it out. Now they'll get an opportunity to bank it to the line, but it is cleared to the blue line. Long shot, block. Oh, and then it was tipped in behind Wall, but it came out the back door. Pass intercepted by Myers. Myers playing it out, but again knocked down and sent right back in again by Utah as they have to clear now as they had men trapped inside the zone. Leafs with a bank pass ahead for Marner. Slid in by Tavares. Out of the net, Vejmelka playing it into the corner, and it is launched high out on the right wing side. Brought in over the line by Keller. Into the slot. Shooting. Scores! Schmaltz at the side of the goal. And a 3-0 lead is down to 3-2 in a heartbeat.
And absolutely nothing Wall could do on this either. As again, you know, Joe, it's Ekman Larsson on his side. They gain entry into the zone. But you've got Carlo and Tavares both taking the same man to the right of Wall. And another man wide open to Wall's left, and that was Nick Schmaltz, who takes the pass from the slot. He was sort of in behind Wall and just tips it into the empty net, and I think Craig Berube's called a timeout here.
So Carcone with his 6th, Schmaltz with his 15th. And the Leafs are going to discuss this at the bench.
You know, now this is 9 games since the break for the Four Nations tournament. In 7 of the 9 games, the Leafs have given up multi-goals in a period. And I think that's a disturbing trend when you go through a stretch before Christmas where you're playing much better defensively and you're giving up 1 or 2 in a game. Now you're giving up 2, 3, sometimes 4 in a period.
2 goals, 49 seconds apart here.
And Utah was just sleeping through this game until the first one, right?
Yep.
Get a breakaway, missed, get another chance to score. And now this crowd is right into it.
Tipped down into the Toronto zone, fed around the board, centering pass, knocked away by Wall, comes to the point, fed back in behind the net, trying to come out with it is Hayton. He gets it into the corner, now back to the point. Into the slot, Keller a shot. That deflected wide, it's back of the net. Played into the corner, and now the Leafs are on their heels to the side of the goal. It comes out in front. It'll be pushed up on the wing and quickly shot right back in again. Riley can't get to it. Nylander closes but couldn't get to the puck. Puck on the near side, and here's Utah full of life here. Gunther to the far side, trying to get a pass into the slot, looking for Keller. It's still free. Gunther goes to the front of the net, will get the pass on the near wing. Gunther works into the slot area, and it is broken up by Tavares. Tavares will get to center, but he is in desperate need of a change and just sends it into the zone. John Marino through center onto the left wing side. Cooley got it in. Cooley works to the far side, gave the puck away, and here's David Camp trying to break in. He is quickly engaged, and it's sent down into the Utah zone. Leafs trying to keep it alive. Bouncing puck into the corner. High stick. Did it make contact with the puck? Or is there a penalty? The referee stopped play.
Steven Lorenz is in a conversation with Sean Dursey. No, I don't think we got a penalty.
No,
but
9:31 left to play in the period.
So we got a game.
Yes, we do. 3-2. Leafs with the lead. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on T1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
The Subaru winter has arrived. The crisp air and negative temperatures mean one thing: camping. Emerge from your icy tent and bask in 4 to 6 hours of sunlight. Enjoy the unmistakable smell of campfire through the glacial wind pummeling your face. Relax by the water, taking in the soothing sounds of thick ice cracking and popping. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
What's hotter than Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich? Getting one for just $4.99. Did we mention it's also made with Canadian chicken? Get in on this hot deal before April 6th. Available at participating Wendy's for a limited time.
In Scarborough, there's this fire behind our eyes.
A passion in our bellies.
It's in the hearts of our neighbors.
The eyes of our nurses.
And the hands of our doctors.
It's what makes Scarborough, Scarborough.
In our hospitals, we do more than anyone thought possible, with less than anyone could imagine.
But it's time to imagine what we can do with more.
Join Scarborough Health Network, and together,
we can turn grit into greatness.
Donate at lovescarborough.ca.
Maple Leafs lead 3-2. Carcone from Doan and McBain, then Schmaltz from Mata and Keller, 43 seconds apart, have turned this into a hockey game. And now the controversial goal that is still Steven Lorenz with his 6th is the difference in the hockey game.
And now it looks like the fight that was instigated by Kesselring has been a turning point, right?
Yep. He's back on the Utah bench after serving his major penalty, and so will Simon Benoit. Nine and a half minutes to play in the period. Utah wins the faceoff. Sergachev plays it around back of his goal. Marino got it to him, and now up on the left wing it comes, and it's backhanded by Clayton Keller down into the zone. Now into the corner. Knocked away by Matthews to Marner. He puts it on a dime and gets it ahead to Matthews. Left wing pass. Nyes had to slow up and stop at the blue line, but now Marner gets an shot, and that deflected just wide of the net. Nyes along the near boards trying to maintain it, but he's double teamed over there, and Utah will get it out into the center ice area. Fired by John Marino down into the Leaf end. This is the makeup game that, not makeup game, but the extra game the Leafs have in the schedule in comparison to the Florida Panthers, who they will play at home, and what an enormous game that is on Thursday night. We'll have that action for you at 7 o'clock. But the Panthers getting some bad news today.
Yeah, Aaron Ekblad suspended for the rest of the regular season and the first 2 playoff games. Or using a, do you call it, illegal substance, I guess, or banned substance?
Performance enhancing, the other term, I think. Utah going back into their own zone. Mata gets to his defense partner. Dursey gets it ahead. And it is pent down into the Toronto zone. Benoit scooping it along the boards to get it up on the wing. And out comes Calle Järnkrok to center. Järnkrok in on the right wing. Plays it down into the corner. No one down there to assist. And the Utah Hockey Club will get it out at center ice. Josh Doan in on the right side for Jack McBain. Pass intercepted, but a penalty coming here. McBain taken down, and the Leafs are going to be a man short. Is it Benoit going to the penalty box?
I think Benoit's asking the same question to the referee, but you knew it was coming. The Leafs had 3 straight power plays, scored on 2 of them. McBain down the right wing. Boy, this is a bad call.
Sure is.
McBain just pulls up, stops, and loses an edge. Benoit was on his way, but he's going to be nailed for it.
You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Hi, this is Will Arnett from Smartless, a podcast I do with my pals Sean Hayes and Jason Bateman. With
Hey, you. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight for the Leafs game. Now that we've got your attention, Tom has something to say.
Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell for some notifications for all the streams that we have on TSI.
You know it. If it's a Toronto sports game, we're live. The Maple Leafs, the Raptors, the Argos, TFC, Blue Jays all summer long. Thank you so much for becoming an insider and hitting that subscribe button. Now let's get back to the hockey. Go Leafs, go!
24/7 Hockey Talk.
Pittsburgh is the weirdest situation. It's like the start of the year and you tried to pretend that, we're going to do a retool on the fly. No, you're not. They're terrible, but the attitude, nothing to look here. Keep moving. No, Sid wants to play. They're terrible. Like Sidney Crosby's next game that matters is the Olympics. That could be the only time he plays again in a game that matters.
SiriusXM, NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91. And on your schedule with the SiriusXM app. The world's most thrilling league is now in the palm of your hand. Hear every English Premier League match all season long on the SiriusXM app. Just search for your favourite team.
Well, a couple of replays of the Simon Benoit penalty have not reflected well on the official.
No, there was Utah player tries to do a quick stop down the right wing boards, lost an edge, and Benoit's going.
Utah with a shot, and it went high over top of the Leaf goal, but they have possession of the puck in the offensive zone. Back to the blue line it comes. Sergachev with a shot, and traffic scores! We are tied at threes. Mikhail Sergachev from the point with 7:49 left in the period.
3 goals in less than 3 minutes. And this game that had Utah looked like they were sleepwalking until they got the gift of the first goal of the game. And now they've banged in 2 more, and this is just a simple play. Get it to the net, traffic in front. This might have gone in off Brandon Carlo. Brett Hayton was there as well.
Yeah, off the shin pad of Carlo, it's going right, and all of a sudden it takes a big turn left.
So the Leafs get a break. The only thing I think from the Lorenz goal is maybe if it hit his glove, Joe.
Yeah.
And not his stick.
Well, right now it doesn't really matter. It's a 3-3 tie.
Well, I was going to say both teams took advantage of their breaks. Right?
Yes, indeed.
The bad call on Benoit.
Icing call here against Toronto with 7:26 to go.
But another game in which the Leafs, give up 3 in a period. They gave up 2 in the first in Colorado, 1 in the second, 4 in the third. They gave up 3 in the third period against Carolina when they first came back. It has been a problem.
So the power play clicks for Utah, and a rolling puck is taken to safety there by Joseph Woll. Face-off coming in the Toronto zone. The Leafs had gone 26-0 when scoring 4 or more goals until the other night. Now they're going to need to score 4 to win this hockey game, and they better not give up anymore.
But blowing another multi-goal lead. They did it 2-0 on San Jose. They lose in a shootout. They were up 4-2 in Colorado.
Face off in the Leaf zone to the left. Matthews getting a warning, or no, waved out. Marner will have to take the face off.
You got to remember, Utah is only 4 points out of a playoff spot behind Colorado. They're 3 back of Vancouver and St. Louis, but they're still very much in the mix.
Leafs win the draw and have slipped it down the ice, and it'll be another icing, so it's coming all the way back. Austin Matthews with a 12-game point streak on the line. He has not figured in the scoring. He and Marner seem to have just kind of flip-flopped responsibilities. It's Matthews who's getting all the assists. Marner has scored more goals over the last while. Puck in the Toronto zone. Matthews works off the end boards to get it to Oliver Ekman-Larsson. He fails to get it out, but then stole it back. He leads the rush with a pass to Marner on the right side into Nyes, trying to get it back in front. And Oliver Ekman-Larsson is taken into the net by Logan Cooley, and he crashes into Carl Velmelka. And Velmelka is down, and so is Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Both training staffs are out there to take a look at their fallen players, and I think the goaltender and Oliver Ekman-Larsson are having a conversation in that it wasn't my fault.
Now the crowd is chanting. I don't know if they want a penalty, but Ekman-Larsson.
Jackson Stauber is the backup goaltender for Utah. And Ekman-Larsson giving the goaltender a pat on the back. As
Toronto, minor penalty interference.
And Ekman-Larsson's getting an interference penalty. And he's going right to the Leaf dressing room. Well, the Leafs got their break on the goal, and I think the officials have... How is that? My goodness. Logan Cooley, watching the replay, is Ekman-Larsson's going to the net. Logan Cooley bumps him. And that's why Ekman-Larsson lost his balance and went into the goaltender. My God. I know it's a tough job and things happen quickly. But this is back-to-back calls now.
That have been horrific. So the Leafs are going to be a man short again. This is the third power play for... Penalty kill brought to you by CMC Markets. Take your trading to the next level with $0 commission on stocks. We haven't had a look at Craig Berube, but he's got to be just furious at this.
And Ekman-Larsson went right to the room.
Puck won by Toronto. Played back of the net, but they don't get to it. Now it is chipped along the boards on the near side. Nyes trying to defend over on the far wing with a one-timer stopped by Wall. And the puck over on the far side, Schmaltz. The Leafs got caught with everybody along the near boards. Kept alive now by Gunther. Working down into the left wing corner. Holds it up. Gets it back into the slot area at the point. Dropped into the far side. Pass intercepted, and the Leafs are going to backhand it out and down the ice. Wow, it's just an awful call.
I mean, if it's a straight line into the goaltender, you get it, but...
It was drilled. He was drilled from behind, wasn't he?
Well, it was shoulder to shoulder, but it knocked him off balance.
Schultz gets it back to the point. Here's Sergachev getting it along the boards. Lawton couldn't come up with it. Sergachev does. Back into the near corner boards for Gunther. Back to the point. Sergachev to the far side. Keller works down into the corner. Holds, trying to get it back comes to the point. A shot. Good glove save made. And then going down in a heap is Barrett Hayton in front of the net.
And the Leafs are going to get called for cross-checking. It's going to be a 5-on-3 for 43 seconds.
Is it Lawton who's getting the penalty? I believe it is.
25 Toronto, minor penalty cross-checking.
Now, hopefully Hayton's going to the locker room because he went down. He sold it big time. And this was just, you got a million of these after just about every whistle, after the goaltender freezes it. And everybody will give you a little shot in the lower back in front. Hayton just drops. Oh, this is... I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's an awful lot goes on like that, but it is a penalty, and Lawton is in the box. The Leafs will be two-man short for 43 seconds. Sorry, Jim.
But Hayton better not stay on the ice, and it looks like he is. So that's the problem I have, that it was something that was just sold big time. And if Alex Tournier was upset about the third Leaf goal, I think we're real close to being even now, aren't we?
I would think so. Leafs have been two men short on 5 occasions this year, totaling 5 minutes, and have given up 2 goals in the 5 times short.
Craig Berube giving it to the official there. Utah has called a timeout. And I think Hayton, Joe, that extra time has allowed him to heal and get back out on the power play. That's a pretty good indicator that it was a dive, right?
I would think. So Lawton in the box. A two-man advantage for 43 seconds in a 3-3 tie. This game has had a little bit of everything. Draw in the Toronto zone to the right of Wall. And the draw is scrummed as Marner was knocked down and kept alive. Sergachev to the far side, no shot coming. Grabbed off there, sent into the corner by Keller. To the side of the net, back to Keller in the high slot. Keller still with it. To the near wing it goes. Gunther gets it back to the point. Now Keller with a drive, and it's whistled wide. Rebound trapped at the point and kept in by Sergachev. Sergachev to Keller. Keller to the top of the circle. Sends it into the slot area. Chipped into the corner then by Carlo as it goes around to the far side. Keller back to the point. Now to Sergachev. Sergachev looking on the near side for Gunther and getting it in a shot. That was deflected off Wall and goes up into the screen and out of play.
The other thing you've got to remember, Joe, is after the Leafs made it 3-0, Kesselring initiates the fight with Simon Benoit. We actually never got a view of it, but the fight, they're both defensemen, and the fight right off the face-off is at the Leaf blue line. So Kesselring obviously instigated the fight. You could hear somebody on the ice ask the official, is there an instigator? And that now has become the turning point.
Yep. 1 second left in the two-man advantage. And waved out is Barrett Hayton. And Nick Schmaltz moves in, and the draw is controlled by the Leafs. The first penalty is over. They'll get a body back on, and they get a breakout at center ice. A long shoot in then by David Camp goes well wide, and the Leafs will get the rest of their defenders exchanged. Gunther gets in over the line and sends it down into the left wing corner. Brandon Carlo took it away from him, but now Utah gets it back to the near side. Keller works into the circle, trays it back into the slot area, dished off by Dursey. Shot broken up by the Leafs, but they don't clear. Puck into the corner, and again another opportunity. This time it is sent out and down the ice. 36 seconds left to go in the penalty. 4:11 left in the period, and it has been a wild second period in Utah. Dursey sends it back. Brought on by the power play. Into the corner it goes. Cooley trying to play it into the corner. That comes loose around back of the net. Stolen by the Maple Leafs. Matthews breaks out. Penalty has 10 seconds left in it. Matthews just getting it out and down the ice. That'll just about do it. But the Leafs have got a bone to pick with the officials. Brought in over the line now on a backhand from a sharp angle, was stopped by Toronto. Played off the boards out at center. It's down and icing waved off because out of the penalty box was Scott Lawton, and he was alone. Now brought back in over the line by David Camp. Trying to play it back, and he does a Riley pass in front. Tavares deflecting that just wide. Utah get back out at center. Leafs 3, Utah 3. Pass goes into the far corner. Gobbled up there by Tavares, but his pass is knocked down. Kept alive by Alex Kerfoot. Tried to go to the front of the net. It was knocked away, and the Leafs get it out. Brought by Pontus Holmberg off the boards, but not into the zone. Holmberg stops up to allow Tavares to get in. He drops the puck back. Nylander now with it. Nylander to the right wing side for Myers. Tried to go top shelf, but it was deflected by Mata wide of the net. 2:38 to play in the second period. Holy Mata got it ahead at center. O'Brien gets in across the line, but he has it taken away, and the Leafs have it under control back of their goal. Up ahead for Myers. Myers with a lead pass to center. Brought to the line and backhanded in over the line to Nylander. His shot was off the mark wide with Domi racing to the front of the net. Scott Lawton couldn't come up with it. It's played back out at center, and the Leafs have it again, but they give it away. Brought on over the line by Ian Cole. He drops it back in into the slot. Shot deflected wide. The rebound was fired wide as it comes to the blue line. Under 2 minutes to play, and it's mishandled and played out at center ice by Utah. Utah changing on the go. Rolled in on goal, and Wall will stop play with 1:48 to go in the period. And the Leafs 3 and Utah 3.
Well, they gave up 4 in the third against Colorado, now 3 in the second here against Utah. And the Leafs have got to find a way to try to turn the tide back to the other end.
You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Jan owns a home and a restaurant fusing French and Mexican cuisine. But she is fusing no more because her ovens have gone kaput. She called Alpine Credits, who sent their speedy superhero. With her business loan approved, her ovens were quickly fixed. The hero even had some of her poutine nachos. Yum! Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Huh, maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. Visit your Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
Three goals by Utah in the second period after the Leafs had a 3-0 lead. And some very questionable officiating.
Like I said, it was almost like it was an apology for the third goal that they allowed. I think if you're Craig Berube, you would have said, look, give it back.
Yeah, we'll give you the goal back. Just
leave us alone.
Centering pass comes in front of the net, and Marner couldn't deliver a backhand. He gets it at the point, sends a shot off a leg, and it went wide of the net. Puck along the boards, kept in by Toronto. Left wing side, Riley. His shot deflected wide of the goal with 1:24 to go in the period. Utah sends it high to center. Volleyball back to the line. Then touched by Utah, but McMahon couldn't come up with it. Utah back in their own zone. Sergachev, whose goal tied the game on the power play, brought in over the line. Leafs have killed off a 2-man disadvantage for 43 seconds. As it's played down into the corner now, and Kerfoot knocked down. Riley is hurt. He is slow to get up.
Now, who's getting the penalty? Is it Riley for tripping, or is it Kerfoot for the high stick?
Riley's up and seems to be okay. He's grabbed his stick. Kerfoot is sitting on his haunches in the corner.
Well, Kerfoot went down and the stick came up, and that's why
Riley's going to the Leaf bench, it looks like. Oh, yeah. Wow. Oh, gosh.
Now, this was very, in all honesty, it was very,
2 minutes for high sticking.
It was very similar to the Simon Benoit tripping penalty, wasn't it? Kerfoot, same thing, tried to pull up and stop. Lost his balance, fell, and his stick came up and smacked Riley right in the face.
Power play brought to you by your Ontario Subaru dealers. Enjoy winter to the fullest with the symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Visit your local Subaru dealer to book a test drive today. Well, maybe not right now. It's a little late. Probably no one there. Played around the boards off a face-off win by Utah's penalty killers, and it'll be shot down the ice with 44 seconds left in the period. Marner getting it up ahead on the right wing side for Tavares. Drops the puck back for Matthews. Matthews hits the line with a pass to Tavares. Back into the corner for Matthews. Around the boards into the corner for Nyes. Back of the net. It'll come to the near boards to Matthews. Matthews down into the corner and stops up. Into the slot. Now one-timer taken there by Nylander was deflected wide. Played around the boards, and Marner will get to it. Marner holds, stretches it out, 10 seconds left. Now into the slot area for Tavares to Matthews, and he drilled it high and wide. Nylander with 3 seconds left with a shot. That's blocked. Matthews will get it again, but run out of time before he can deliver another. Matthews with a great chance off the half boards on the near wing, but drilled it wide.
The Leafs will start the third period with the rest of the power play. I like what they've done. In the first two power plays, the Leafs were pretty good at getting the puck to the net. Not so much on the third one, but here in their fourth try of the game, maybe because they knew the clock was running down, a lot of pucks getting to the net. But they need something good to happen in the third period after blowing another multi-goal lead.
They've changed the goal that tied the game. Sergachev gets the assist. Hayton deflected that in front of Wall, as Sergachev and Gunther get the assists on the power play goal that ties it at 3. So after Nylander, Yarncrook, and Lorenz scored for Toronto, Carconi along with Schmaltz, and now it is Hayton who ties the game on the power play. We are deadlocked at 3s after 40 minutes of play. We'll ship it off to Jim Taddy and Anthony Stewart. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
The top clubs in European soccer are battling it out in the UEFA Champions League knockout stage on Sirius XM FC. Liverpool has a 1-goal advantage over PSG as the tie shifts back to Anfield.
It's Harvey Elliott who has scored for Liverpool!
Can the Reds clinch a place in the last 8, or will PSG shock the Premier League giant?
Rushes onto it, Dembele! He cannot stop scoring!
Liverpool versus PSG tomorrow at 4 Eastern on Sirius XM FC 157 and streaming on the Sirius XM app.
The Power Play with Steve Coolius.
Team Canada's John Cooper was the moment the red light went on. Better than you ever could have imagined.
I don't even think I could have dreamt that one up. From Mario Lemieux all the way to the Jordan Binnington moment to the Connor McDavid moment, all these little moments have built up that all the team gave a special moment you'll never forget. I think our game of hockey is in a much better place because of that event.
The Power Play, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91 and the Sirius XM app. NHL Morning Skate.
Defending Stanley Cup champion, General Manager Bill Zito. You have to be cognizant of the chemistry when you go out and make a potential trade, don't you?
We enjoy a little bit of a benefit now where the room is so strong that they can absorb a lot. We just want seamless guys who come in. Their leaders are Reinhart, Kachuk, Barkov, Bobrovsky. That part, it takes care of itself.
NHL Morning Skate with Scott Laughlin and Gord Stellick. Weekdays 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM.
What's up, insiders? How's it going? Whoa, what the heck happened, buds? Holy cow. I go upstairs to deal with dad drama and... what? 3-3? Come on, buds. What the heck is happening here? All right, it's time to check out our awesome map once again. We've got 149 page views. 149 people have shared their location tonight with us on Toronto Sports Insider. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Here is the link if you want to add your location on the map right now. I'm going to get this thing set up while the next few minutes runs of the intermission report. So we can get ready for this third period because, whoa, it is crazy here. We're going to have another tight game. Buds, come on, let's get the victory. We need to get the victory. There's Angemo777, red dot on the tiny red dot. Thank you, Angemo, for joining us tonight and hanging out with us. All right, let's zoom in on this thing a little bit. On this map, we've got 117, 118, 119 people are popping in. There you go, Canada in the house. All right, I've got to fix this. Where is that? Because I resized this thing a little bit. How would I do this? Got to get at least 2, maybe 3. Okay. Perfect. Okay. There we go. Hey, look at this. New Zealand in the house. We've got New Zealand riding in here. Wow, so cool. Cheers to whoever, the 2 visitors that visited in New Zealand right now. What time is it in New Zealand right now? So cool. All right, let's go find that viewer in New Zealand. Hey, there's another one in Elmhurst. Hey, I see you, Elmhurst. I see you in the house. Hey, Las Vegas as well, Miss V. Is that you, Miss V, out in Vegas? Shout out to all the insiders. Wow. Burn, thank you for being here. Thank you for helping me create this amazing place and holding it down during the Sick Kids football frenzy. Oh my goodness. We got this Bracket Mania campaign coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been busting my behind, getting ready, working with all kinds of people all over the world. I actually have to go approve the final delivery from my amazing graphic designer on Fiverr.com. Stack art code. Make sure you check out Muhammad Ali on Fiverr. It's crazy, the work that this guy does. I will be messaging him shortly. There you go, Australia. There you go. All right, there's Brandy. Hey, TSI Allison's in the chat. Love of my life, ladies and gentlemen. That woman is absolutely amazing. I am the luckiest man on the planet Earth to have found my soulmate, my best friend, the mother of my children. TSI Allison, I love you so much. Thank you. This is another big day in the history of G6 Entertainment. Let's go. Cheers. All right, so look at this. We got the map. Look at Toronto lighting up. We got Toronto flying in. Hey, there's United Kingdom coming in as well. I love it. Thank you for joining us from the UK. True, is that you? True, are you here? Man, hey, there's NHL Stats with Chris says, how did we give up that lead? I don't know. Let's find out. I'm going to put the audio back on. I'm just going to kind of move around the map here as we've got Toronto lighting up. Where are we? Boom. Anybody in Utah at the game yet? As you can see all these little dots throughout downtown Toronto. So cool. There's LA, United States in the house. I love it. Thank you for hanging. What? Pin the link? Yep. Oh, okay. Thank you. There's TSI Allison right there. Thank you, babe. All right. There is the link again. I'm going to get it ready to send out one more time before I pin it. And, wow. This is so freaking cool. 171 we're up to now. People all over the United States, all over Toronto. Wow, look at this. Holy cow, downtown Toronto in the house. 6 visitors from downtown Toronto. Thank you, insiders. Thank you to Toronto in the house. We're doing big things. I might be in the USA, but I was born in Toronto. I wouldn't be alive today if it was not for the amazing work at Sick Kids Hospital, especially with insulin back in the late 50s, early 60s. My mother was at that hospital every single week for years of her life, and I am beyond honored to have a platform right now to hang out with all of you and raise money for Sick Kids Hospital. It is absolutely insane. If you guys remember the video that I said, and I'm going to put this out here on launch night because it's late and everything, but on that video, when we left the Cape Coral office, I had said that I can't wait. The goal is to put my mom's name somewhere on that building, somewhere in Sick Kids Hospital, because Mom, you made me a sports fan. I miss you so much. Thank you for turning me into the best Toronto sports fan in the world, even if I'm living in Florida or Chicago or wherever the hell we end up next. Cheers, insiders. Back to letting the audio run, and I'm going to play here and zoom out from Toronto and see where else we have people flying in. As we've got United Kingdom in the house right now, let's go check out England right now. Audio back on, Mike. Shut the heck up.
that can turn the tide of the game. So I think maybe Toronto, what they did is they just sort of took advantage and maybe underestimated what Utah could do. But this is a team that comes back. They, they have a lot of third period comebacks this season. They don't just roll over and die. They're a well-coached team. Yes, they can get, unstructured at times, but this is a really solid hockey team. And I'm sure the Toronto Maple Leafs took them very, very lightly that second period.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess what you're looking for is somewhere in that 3 minutes and 57 seconds, you're looking for one of those goals not to go in, for somebody to do something, but they got, as you say, outworked.
Yes, and, I can't necessarily blame Stolarz on any of those goals, right? But we talked about the timing of the saves. And Wall, excuse me, thank you. The timing of the save, right? And, I've seen Wall and Stolarz make one of those saves where you're like, man, that had no business staying out of the net, but they stood up. So those goals just seem to be trickling right now. But for me, you had a complete stranglehold on the game. You held the team through 7 shots, I think, before they scored their first goal. They just found a way to let the game sort of get away from them. But as I mentioned, there's still 20 more minutes here. Let's see how they respond.
Well, and they have the power play on fresh ice for whatever that's worth. So something should happen there, right?
I hope so.
Are you crossing
right,
your fingers?
But then I have San Jose in my mind. I have Vegas in my mind. I have Colorado. So I'm going to say, you know what? The recipe for success is a nice 6-hour plane ride and some home cooking, and then we'll see a next game versus Pittsburgh.
Well,
I think that's the recipe for success.
I'm glad you brought the San Jose game in, because that's really the start of the fatigue. And sometimes when you have fatigue, in a game like this, you let down for 5 minutes and you lose it. So I mean, that's easily understood that way, but it does have to end.
It does. And you saw Kesserling change that momentum. I'm looking for somebody else on Toronto to do it. It's not just a fight. Maybe it's a big hit. Maybe it's a big block shot. Maybe it's a power play goal by the first or second unit. I'm expecting a big response here for Toronto.
This is Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey on TSN 1050, the iHeartRadio app, and the Leafs Radio Network.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations.
All right, we're back in the commercial here. I can hear it. This is just so cool. Look at this. There's Brandy again out in the mountains in California. Thank you for hanging out with us, Brandy. I can't wait to be traveling all over this huge country down here and just hanging out in the woods. Joanne Watson, I love it. There's Joanne. That is so cool. Joanne, here you go. I'm going to send out the link in the chat right now. Go ahead and click that link. It'll take you right there, and then we'll see United Kingdom popping up. There's one in iOS, and then we've got St. Catharines in the house. Beautiful. Here it is. Oh, man. Winnipeg in the house tonight. I love it. We've got a Jets fan somewhere. Cheers to Winnipeg. Go Canada, go. Hey, there's Calgary and Alberta. St. Albert, just outside Edmonton. We got a few in Calgary here. Any out in Vancouver by Grandma? Oh, yeah, one visitor out in Vancouver. There you go. Perry Sound in the house. I love it. Perry Sound jumps in. This is so freaking cool. Never ending story. It's snowing here, by the way. Never ending story. Where are you at on this map? Oh, we got a cat here. What the cat want? Where? I hear a cat. It's not the cat that ran away there during the last break in the action when I popped in with the cats. The girls love to be held. Joseph Wall does not like to be held at all. He does not. He's like, for some reason, absolutely hates it. There you go. We got another viewer in Canada. Oh, look at this. We got another one up here in British Columbia. And out here on the East Coast, the Bees, Moncton, New Brunswick in the house. St. John's, Mark Duffney, is that you, buddy? Cheers to Mark Duffney. Can we get a little wave in the crowd for Mark Duffney? Get the pink wave going. Oh, there's FJB again. Guess what? You're not going to make it onto the chat, FJB. It ain't going to happen, dog. You get time out. Listen, bro. We're coming up on March Madness. We don't do the political talk here. You can take your name and your stuff somewhere else. to a channel where we talk politics, okay? We hang out, we watch sports, we raise money for Sick Kids Hospital. That's what we do here on Toronto Sports Insider. Try again tomorrow, FJB, 24 hours. We'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully you can pull your life together, buddy. If you can contribute to the chat and just enjoy hanging out with a bunch of people from all over the world, then cool. But if not, then peace out. All right, let's get back to the third period. Thank you for checking out the link in the website here, showing us where you are watching from. This is going to go insane on March 12th through March 20th, culminating on the 20th when we have over 16 live streams together here on Toronto Sports Insider. We're going to learn how to get a huge bracket pool going on NCAA.com. TSI Tim is working on that, and we are going to have a lot of fun in the chat on that March Madness weekend. And I'm going to send the link out during the third period for the Sick Kids Bracket Mania campaign. I set a very lofty goal, Insiders. We have a lot of work to do. We're going to do something special. We're going to pass 100,000 subscribers, and we are going to raise $100,000 for Sick Kids Hospital in Toronto. That's the goal. It's lofty. It's crazy, but I don't care. It's crazy. People told me I was crazy when I started this channel. So you got to roll with it, right? There you go. We're going to put the Bracket Mania logo out there. Go, Bracket Mania, go. Jedi Nathan says your map wouldn't work for me. Interesting. Well, thank you for letting me know, Jedi Nathan. Hopefully I'll let the IT team know, and hopefully we can get that fixed. Level Up, are you listening? You listening? We got an IT problem over here. Maybe not. Maybe it's on Jedi's fault. But if the guy's name is Jedi, it's probably not his fault. It's probably an IT thing. TSI Mike, I don't know how to add location. All you have to do, Carmen, all you have to do is click this link. I'm putting the eyeballs in the chat, and then I'm putting the link and the cheers emoji right now. All you have to do is click that link. As soon as you click that link, your view will show up on the list right here to my, well, if you're watching me, it's on my left. So, we're getting back to the hockey. The boys are out on the ice. 3-3. We don't want overtime. We need to get back on track. Come on, Buds. We've been on fire on a power play. There you go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 views popping in. Oh, look at it. Here, the views are popping in right now. All you have to do is go to the website that I just put in the chat. There you go. Richard just joined as an insider. Thank you, Richard. Cheers to Richard Kilpatrick for joining our amazing community as an insider. We're going to be redoing the levels and changing all this stuff up. Now that the website is launched, we're going to have a lot of cool things coming up here over the next few months with March Madness and the NBA and NHL playoffs live right here on TSI. Go Leafs go. Thank you, OG Insiders. Thank you, new Insiders. Thank you to all of you. Go Leafs go. We'll see you back in the chat.
When a game move to within a point of the Florida Panthers and have them on your horizon and in your sights this Thursday evening at Scotiabank Arena. It is a 3-3 tie in what has been one of the stranger games we've had the pleasure of broadcasting this year, is it not?
I think I'd throw Pittsburgh in there, Colorado. We've had in the last 6 or 7 some strange ones, but you know, in the Pittsburgh game, the Leafs got down, then they were up 2, and they end up giving up the tying goal early in the third period when it's 6-5 in overtime. Colorado a 4-2 lead in the second period. That disappears in a 7-4 loss.
Puck is dropped, and the Leafs are on the power play, moving from right to left on your radio dial as it's played into the Leaf zone. Period brought to you by Molson. Whether it's Canadian Ultra Export or XL, there's a Molson with your name on it. Fired by Nyes, and it's gone off a stick and found the mesh above the glass. So there will be a face-off, although Nyes is puzzling, looking at where this face-off is going to be.
I think it's going to be outside the line. They're going to say that the stick made contact right at the Utah blue line. By the way, Oliver Ekman-Larsson back on the Leaf bench, which is good news.
Fired right back down into the zone. It comes back to the blue line. Just kept in by Marner, but quickly cleared by Utah down the ice. 37 seconds left in this power play. 2 of the 3 Leaf goals have come with the man advantage. Matthews coming through neutral ice. Drops for Willie. Nylander has his knocked off his stick. And the Utah Hockey Club will play it off the boards back into the Toronto zone. Quickly up it comes to Nyes. Nyes works in over the line and stops up. Looks for a man, goes back to the blue line. Wrist shot deflected wide of the goal. Kept in by Oliver Ekman-Larsson and around the boards. It'll be played off the stick and down the ice. And Wall patiently waiting for it to come into the trapezoidal area before playing it back into the corner because he was being pressured there by Schmaltz. Penalty is expired. Leafs back, or at least Utah back at full and even strength and have the puck in the offensive zone. Unable to get to it there was the Leafs' McMahon. It comes into the slot, and now Domi launches it high to center ice, asking for the fair catch there by the defense as it's knocked back on the wing. Domi able to work it back to the blue line. In on the right side for Jake McCabe. Stops up. Works it back along the boards in the far corner, hoping that McMahon can help, and he does. McMahon got it in front of the net, got a shot away, and it was deflected off the stick of Kesselring and into the corner. Utah get it to their blue line, but can't get out of the zone, and will go deeper to regroup. 2 minutes played here in the third. 3-3 tie. And an offside at the Toronto blue line is whistled down.
See, Joe, Leafs 4 back of Florida coming in, but only 1 up on Tampa.
Did I misread that? So it'd be 2 points back if they are able to win the period. Yeah. Or the
Panthers
game.
with 83. Florida, I mean, they're playing playoff hockey right now. They've given up a single goal in the last 4 games. So the Leafs will be in tough. No Aaron Ekblad, though, and still no Matthew Tkachuk.
Played in over the line and down into the Toronto zone. Wall along the boards to the far side. Got past Lorenz and goes down into Utah territory. They skim it back out at center and brought in over the line by Doan. Dropping it off on the near side. Dursey couldn't get a shot away. Around the boards to the far side. Doan trying to come out with it back of the net. Pinned there by Myers. But the puck's still free as it's played around the boards. But the defense had crept in. And Mata has to go all the way back in his own zone to recover that pass. Oli Mata is in back of the net. Up on the right side, and Gunther gets across the line. Dropping it back. A shot kicked away off the stick of Kerfoot by Joseph Wall. Kept alive into the corner and around to the far side. Nylander can't get there in time. Back of the net, a centering pass. Blocked. Leaf trying to play it out for Nylander, but it's out of his reach. And is going to turn into an icing as it the pass was directed towards him, but it looked like it caromed off a Utah player. And, well, maybe not. I guess it didn't because it's going to be an icing call.
Utah made some moves in the offseason. One of them was getting Mikhail Sergachev from the Tampa Bay Lightning coming over. It's now the highest paid member of the hockey club, $8.5 million AAV.
Face off to the right in the Toronto zone. Tavares wins it cleanly. Ripped around the boards then by Jake McCabe. Nylander didn't get it out. Tavares does. Up on the right side, out of the reach of Yarncrook. Yarncrook saves it. Nylander will backhand it in, but it's onto the stick of Dursey, and he is able to skate it out. Up on the right side for Nick Schmaltz. Schmaltz across the line. His pass intercepted. Played back out and down the ice, and another icing coming here against Toronto. So the face-off comes back in the Leaf end with 16:26 left to play here in the third period. The game tied 3-3. The Leafs surrendering a 3-0 lead with admittedly some interesting decisions by the officials helping things out. And your point is really well made about the instigator penalty.
Yeah.
It turned the game around, and yet...
Yeah, I'm now, in fairness, we haven't seen it. We saw where the fight took place. But Kesselring would have had to leave his position at the Utah blue line to go to the blue line that Simon Benoit was on.
Marino with a pass into the slot area, knocked away. Leafs Nyes gets it to Marner. Marner with a bouncing puck and a nifty little pass to get it to Nyes. But the linesman says it because he was kind of bobbling it a little bit, the play was offside. So they'll come back out into neutral ice.
Nyes had an assist against Colorado, but it's been a bit of a dry spell for him since his streak where he had 6 points in 6 games, including 3 goals.
Morgan Riley off a face-off win, gets it down into the zone. Lawton tried to play it in front for Domi, but it was picked off and pushed by Logan Cooley out at center. Leafs get to it again, and it's going to be fired right back down into Utah territory. Around on the boards to the far side. Long lead pass out into neutral ice. O'Brien plays it into the Toronto zone. Wall out of the cage. Snaps it around the boards. It's going to clear and come out at center ice. Utah with it again. Dursey goes D to D. Then in on the right side for Cooley. Cooley trying to pass it in front of the net. And it was Stenlund, actually, 82, not 92, and the pass went wide. Brought to center ice now again by Utah. John Marino had it taken away. The Leafs with the defenseman trapped, trying to take advantage, but don't. It's just played by Lorenz into the zone, and it is Sergachev reversing the puck, and Marino will get it up on the right side. A lead pass off a skate, went wide. No icing as it goes around back of the net. It hit the Leaf defenseman. And now here is Benoit playing it up on the far side for Lorenz. Lorenz to the line, shoots it in. Knocked down on the play and interfered with there was Pontus Holmberg. He leads the Leafs as far as drawing penalties and looked like he could have had another one there. Chipped by Kesselring around back of the net. Wouldn't want to influence the game at this point, though, when it's 3-3. He said with his tongue firmly in cheek.
Yeah, now the other side of that, too, is, Joey, it's adversity that you got to be able to play through, right?
Yep. Oh, absolutely. Back into the Toronto zone. Wall makes a nice little pass up on the wing. Tavares is able to escape the zone. In on the right side for Nylander. A little chip into the corner, didn't connect. Nylander able to keep it in momentarily, but the Utah Hockey Club get it out at center. Now it is played back in, but it's a delayed offside. Leafs have to evacuate. Ole Mata plays it up on the right side for Gunther. He'll get to the line and in on the left wing side, and a shot off the shoulder of Wall into the corner. And a whistle for some reason.
Too many men on the ice. And all I saw was the linesman holding 6 fingers up. Crowd seemed to react that it might be a Leaf penalty.
Toronto has 2 minutes for too many men on the ice.
Boy.
Fourth power play of the game.
Boy, and Joe,
for Utah.
This is, I mean, that's not even close.
No, they're all into the defensive zone.
Wow.
So, another opportunity here for Utah. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Mad Dog Sports Radio gets you set for the NCAA tournament with our annual Selection Sunday show. Join me, Christopher Russo, Steve Torrey, Sunday from 5 to 9 Eastern as we get you set for this year's big dance.
We'll tell you who's in and who's out. Visit with some of the top head coaches, chat with a selection committee chairman, and give you a chance to share your reactions and opinions.
It's the Mad Dog Sports Radio Tournament Selection Show. It's this Sunday, 5 to 9 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Sirius XM 82, or on the Sirius XM app.
NHL Morning Skate.
Defending Stanley Cup champion, General Manager Bill Zito. You have to be cognizant of the chemistry when you go out and make a potential trade, don't you?
We enjoy a little bit of a benefit now where the room is so...
What's up, insiders? This commercial break could be brought to you by Johnny Walker Black Label. Just a hint. Just saying, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we've got 235 page views. Now's the time of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please let us know where you are watching from around the world. And if anybody has any friends in PEI, please send them the link. I just delayed ads for the rest of the game because we need to hang out and listen to our buds get the victory and kill this penalty. Back to the hockey. Send it out to your friends in PEI. We've hit every province in Canada tonight on the launch of our website. We just need somebody from PEI. Go Leafs, go! See you back in the chat. PEI.
Auston Matthews came over the boards early. John Tavares was still on, and 6 attackers, and the 5th power play for the Utah Hockey Club. Point shot deflected in on goal, stopped by the left pad of Joseph Woll. Big kill needed here, and the Leafs will get it airmailed, but another whistle. And we're looking at the goalie at the other end, and now is there another penalty?
Is Keller going off?
He's skating slowly in that direction. And apparently he is.
2 minutes for high sticking.
By another high sticking penalty. That's the 3rd one for Utah in the game. Keller comes up on Mitch Marner in the corner to the left of Woll.
Fortunately, Marner is okay. Boy, that was the end of the blade that came up. So that power play ends rather quickly. And they'll play a minute 44 of 4-on-4. And the draw won by the Maple Leafs. Back to the point for Oliver Ekman-Larsson. In along the boards, trying to free it up. Still loose against the boards. Looking for Marner is Matthews as it comes back to McCabe. He gets it along the boards. Matthews is filled in from behind. And no penalty there on Sergachev. And then a hit by Matthews, and he flattens. I'm not sure which defender it was, but he flattened him. Sergachev back in with a pass into the slot area. Comes off on the near wing. What a hit there by Auston Matthews.
Yeah, that was a little revenge shot, wasn't it?
I think so. Marino back in his own zone. Brought out at center ice now by Utah. In on the left wing. Puck against the boards, mishandled. It comes in front of the shot. Oh, and a big block made there by Max Domi. He paid the price, but gets it ahead now for Morgan Riley. Riley looking on the right side for Nylander. Nylander carries into the corner and then gave the puck away. Sergachev in the far corner. Gets it up ahead at center. Brought to the line and in by Utah. And taking it back to center ice is Olli Määttä. 4-on-4 for another 22 seconds, and the Leafs get an abbreviated power play, which would be their 5th. Here's Utah coming through center. 12 minutes left to play, 3rd period. We're tied 3-3. Utah cycling it back in their own zone. Finally, Ian Cole carries to center. 4 of them across the line with Schmaltz going into the corner. Sends a shot well wide, and Matthews with room on the right wing carries out. Matthews to the line and in. Matthews goes wide, comes to the front of the goal. That was stopped. There's a big rebound in front of the net, and Tavares can't get to it as it's cleared out into the center ice area. Great rush there by the Leafs captain. Benoit. Power play is over. Didn't have much time to work. I'm not even sure if Matthews had scored, whether that would have been a power play goal. Into the corner now for Toronto. Holmberg dropping it back, but Camp couldn't get to it. Back on the boards, and it squirts its way to center ice and back into the Leaf end. Benoit up on the left wing. Quickly through center is Pontus Holmberg. Got it into the corner. He's rubbed out on the play, and neither Lorenz nor Camp could come up with it. And out comes Utah to center as they flip it down into the Toronto zone. McBain hustles in after it with a hit on his numerical counterpart, Jake McCabe. It comes around to the point. Kesselring couldn't keep it in. Leafs are just going to play it into the zone, and apparently got a little too much mustard on it, because it's turned into an icing, and it's coming back into the Toronto end. Max Domi with a great block.
And Joseph Woll had no idea where it was because it actually was underneath Domi after he blocked it. And not long after, Auston Matthews with a great power move coming off the right wing towards the Utah goal.
22 shots apiece. Tied at 3s. Leafs with the first 3. Utah with the next 3. Who's got the next one up their sleeve? Face-off in the Toronto zone, won by Utah. On the backhand, it's played to the far corner, and around the boards it'll come. Looking for Logan Cooley. Centering pass. Oh, great play by David Camp. He took his man right to the net and denied what would have been a glorious scoring chance.
That was Clayton Keller that was open in front.
Marino gets it back. Starts back for Utah. A pass in on the left wing. A flip on the near side, finds John Marino with a long shot. Pad save made by Wall. It comes to the side of the goal. Bit of a scramble there. It went wide. Kept in at the point, though, and around the boards it'll come to the near side. Chopped at there by Yarncrook and cleared out at center ice. And Tavares starts away with one man back. Tavares in over the line, goes to his backhand pass in front. Great save made, and the rebound is shot down the ice by Utah. What a great play by John Tavares. And Riley's upset that there hasn't been a penalty called.
9:49 to go, but a little spin move by Tavares to get it to Morgan Riley, and I think Riley feels that he was hooked.
And that hit the post, didn't it?
Yeah, Vejmelka had to reach over, had his stick along the goal line. We never got a good view of that from Riley's vantage point, but I think Riley is claiming he might have been hooked, and that kept him from putting it into the empty net.
Lead pass at center. Utah hits the Leaf blue line. Brought in by Hayton. Rolled in on goal. Scooped aside by Wall. Leafs with it back of the net. A 3-3 tie. Played ahead by Marner to the line and in. And it's broken up. And Ole Mata will play it back at center. Long shoot in, goes wide of the Leaf goal. Played into the corner. Benoit chipped along the boards, cut off there, but the pass and a shot went wide of the net off the stick of Alex Kerfoot. Another shot bounces into the near corner. Benoit trying to get it out, and he has, off a Utah player. Icing waved off by the linesman. 9 minutes to play in the third. We're tied at 3s. If you've stayed up with us, we thank you very much for doing so. Brought out at center ice and shot in by Utah. The bouncing puck in along the end boards. Chipped up on the wing but cut off. Utah keep it alive. Sharp angle shot is directed wide of the goal. Kept in at the left point. Fed into the near corner. Round back of the net, McCabe freeing it up. And Myers will get it out. Domi had to bring it back into the zone, but now with some space and time with teams changing, gets it out, but another pass intercepted. Leaf forwards had blown the defensive zone, and that pass was like 3 zones to get to them. Puck is high into the near corner, brought out by Myers, played off the boards, and this is going out of play. Face-off is going to be back in the Toronto end. And a face-off coming with the score tied 3-3. Great play by John Tavares and Riley.
That might have been a hook, maybe, huh?
Looked like it. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
And you're all set. Enjoy your new phone on Bell.
Thanks. Whoa, what is happening? What is this feeling?
Are you feeling giddy and bouncing with energy?
Yes.
Yeah, I like to call that new phone vibes. It's that time of year at Bell.
It's so good.
Get in on those new phone vibes. Switch to Bell, Canada's fastest 5G plus network, and save over 1,000.
At our mic. Hey, everybody, what's up, insiders? Where is... Oh, no. The camera is dead. Ladies and gentlemen, the camera is dead. But I do have the microphone here, so before I let something run, one of the cool promos of Tom and I recording as I delay ads one more time to get us through the end of the game. Big shout out to Tina from vidIQ. Thank you for hanging out with us, Tina, and thank you for helping us grow this amazing community of Toronto sports fans as we change the world one insider at a time. Our Sick Kids Bracket Mania campaign. I'm shooting the emojis in there now. We have a lot of cool stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks with the college basketball March Madness. Get ready to fill out your bracket. Cheers to Brazil. I see you, LBA. Cheers from Brazil. If I had a camera, you would see that I am giving you a cheers right now. Tina can confirm this. Thanks for your help, Tina. I look forward to blowing up that goal that we have set. Go, Leafs, go. Big finish in the third period. Big finish. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go, buds. Go, Leafs, go.
This is one off the stick of Austin Matthews. The second, Morgan Riley hitting the goalpost after he was hooked going to the net. Face-off in the Toronto zone is scrummed in the skates of the players. Controlled by Carlo, and around into the near corner it goes, and Riley will play it out at center, and this misses everybody, and another icing will bring another face-off back in the Toronto end.
Leafs have really been guilty of the stretch passes tonight, right?
Well, guilty of not completing them, yeah.
But I mean, those are the ones that, you talk about that gap control between the forwards and defense, and you mentioned it on the last play where the Leafs blew the zone early, and that leaves with the defense trying to make those 40-foot passes up the ice.
Face off to the right in the Toronto end. David Camp leaning in against Schmaltz. Linesmen are going to give him another opportunity. And the draw is won by Utah. A slap shot is stopped by Wall's left pad, and he is able to smother off the stick of John Marino.
Marino, draw goes right back to the right point, middle of the ice. And then Marino just walked in and hammered it. Wall was able to get out, cut down the angle, and knock it down.
7:55 to go in the third period. Utah now with a 25-23 lead in shots on goal. Matthews wins this face-off, and a lead pass set out at center. In for Matthews on the left wing. Tried to get to it on the near corner. Double teamed over there. Is able to come out of the scrum, but couldn't get it back to McCabe. But now has fought for it and comes away with it into the slot area for Marner. But drop pass goes to Oliver Ekman-Larsson to McCabe to OEL. OEL works in a pass in front of the net looking for Knies, was blocked. OEL gets it back to the point. McCabe into the slot area for Marner, and the shot was blocked in front of the net by John Marino, and he's paying the price for that one as he gets to the bench.
Boy, Vejmelka had no idea where that puck was.
Riley up for Tavares. Tavares drops it back. Riley to the far side. Leafs in the midst of a change as they're able to get it down into the zone. 7 minutes to play in the third now. Tied at threes. Long lead pass goes up on the left wing. Utah in over the line, right wing side. Gunther with a shot that was blocked. He gets his own rebound. Can't control it. Has a lot of traffic in there. And he and Nylander shoving with one another. And that ends up having play stopped. And there'll be a face-off coming, I believe, in the Toronto end. Nylander, his jersey is somewhat tucked in behind his. I can't believe that jersey is tied down. Maybe it is. Hey?
Another amazing stat is just looking at, you think with all the close games that the Leafs have had this year, this is only the 10th time they've gone into the third period tied.
Face off in the Toronto zone.
They're 4-4-1 in the 9. Utah 9-3-2 when tied after 2.
Lawton will take the face off for Willie. The linesman taking his time with a discussion. Now the puck is dropped, and it's off the linesman's skate into the corner. Played around the boards by Utah. Domi unable to get there in time. Nicely blocked into the area behind by Lawton, and a lead pass for Domi, trying to drive, and he couldn't get it there, and then his centering pass was knocked away. Kept in at the blue line by Toronto. Bouncing puck in front of the net is batted into the near corner. Domi gets there first, but can't come away with it. Lawton now adds support. Domi in along the boards. Now Bobby McMahon gets it out in front of the net, and a shot by Myers was blocked, and the Utah Hockey Club will take it to safety as Carcone will play it off. Brought out at center ice now by Utah. Offside called at the Toronto blue line. 5:59 left in the third period, and the game is tied at 3. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
The Power Play with Steve Coolius.
Team Canada's John Cooper. Was the moment the red light went on better than you ever could have imagined?
I don't even think I could have dreamt that one up. From Mario Lemieux all the way to the Jordan Binnington moment.
Go, Leafs, go! Go, Leafs, go! Go, Leafs, go! Go, Leafs, go! I can't hear you. I can't see it. Let's go. Spam up that chat. Go, Leafs, go. We need to cheer our buds on and get them fired up. Thank you for hitting that like button and spamming up that chat. Go, Leafs, go. Now let's get back to the hockey. Insiders, thank you for keeping it classy and having a good time. Every single Toronto Maple Leafs game and every single Toronto sports game live. Hanging out together right here on Toronto Sports Insider. Let's get back to the hockey and have some fun in the chat.
Dialed in and feeling good right from the start, trying to build that momentum.
The Power Play, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91 and the Sirius XM app. 24/7 hockey talk.
Pittsburgh is the weirdest situation. It's like the start of the year and you tried to pretend that, we're going to do a retool on the fly. No, you're not. They're terrible, but the attitude, nothing to look here. Keep moving. No, Sid wants to play. They're terrible. Like Sidney Crosby's next game that matters is the Olympics. That could be the only time he plays again in a game that matters.
Sirius XM, NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and on your schedule with the Sirius XM app.
Leafs 3 and Utah 3. Leafs in need of a hero. Utah gets the puck in across the Toronto line. Keller trying to send it in front, and it's gloved by Wall. And that will stop play and bring a face-off in the Toronto zone.
Well, Austin Matthews, 12-game point streak on the line here. Only 3 goals during the 12 games, including an empty netter against Carolina, but 15 assists.
Marner's had 6 goals in that same span, if I'm not mistaken.
And he's done 5 goals, 8 points in his last 6 games.
Yep. Here the Utah Hockey Club, a pass blocked, cleared out at center ice. Brought on by Riley, but he misfires on trying to find Matthew Nyes. Utah back in their own zone organizing. A pass up on the right wing, errantly, as Schmaltz couldn't handle it. Leafs have it in their own zone. Out at center ice now. Dropped back into the Toronto end by Yarncrook. Now played down into the Utah zone. Hustling in after it, Yarncrook, but he loses an edge and falls, and Utah starts back down the right wing. Brought in over the line now by Hayton. Hayton gets into the corner, taken down to the ice by Jake McCabe. That has the puck up against the end boards and a maze of legs on it. It does come free. Gunther gets it back to the point. They go D to D. I'm not sure that was kept in. It was a stick handling move right at the blue line, but it's still in the Toronto zone and no whistle. Puck back now to the blue line. Kept alive there by Dursey. With shot coming. Blocked by Wall. There's a rebound in front. Leafs clear, but don't get it out. Kept alive by Dursey into the near boards. Back to the point once more. Dursey with it again. Plays along the wall and now coming out with it. Kerfoot back to Dursey. Dursey in tight going around back of the net. No one follows him. It comes back to the point. Still free. Dursey with it on the far side. Round into the corner and blocked there by the Leafs. Oliver Ekman-Larsson. McCabe trying to get it out. Got it to Tavares, who just does get it to center to get some changes started for Toronto. Brought right back in again by Utah. A shot deflected wide by Wall into the corner. 4:08 to play. Good pressure here from Utah. Round back of the net. Still with it. No one goes to him, and it comes back to the point. Fed over on the near side. Kesselring a shot. That bounces over top of the goal. Back of the net is Josh Doan. Back to the point once more. Kesselring trying to send it to the net, and it's deflecting and has gone high, but not into the mesh, apparently. Leafs fail to get it out, and then it's broken up, but not cleared. Kept alive by Lawson Krause, a shot that's wide. Leafs are in desperate need of getting it out and don't. Back into the corner. Sent around the boards by Bobby McMahon. Finally to Domi. Domi tries to find Riley. Then Domi is able to get it free. McMahon gets it out and plays it off the glass. And is this going to be icing? No, says the linesman. Big break there, but wow. At center ice, hooked to the ice was McMahon. No call. Brought in over the line by Schmaltz. Got it back into the slot, and a one-timer was directed wide as it was just tipped there by Benoit. Lorenz can't get into the offensive zone. Tipped by Keller back down into the Toronto end. Carlo against the boards, unable to come up with it. Pass comes back to the blue line for Marino. Marino sends it down into the corner. That is blocked. Into the corner again for Schmaltz. Back to the far point. Kept alive by Sergachev. Sergachev back. And now a whistle. Did it go into the bench? 2 minutes and 34 seconds, but the last 2.5 minutes have been spent almost entirely in the Toronto end.
At least have been guilty of icing the puck, failing to get the puck out of their own zone. And give Utah credit. I mean, they look like they were dead and buried midway through the second period. They scored 3 quick goals, and it's been Utah that has been the aggressor in the time since then.
Go, Leafs, go!
2:34. Matthews to take the draw. That much time left in the third. Tied at 3s. And Matthews won the draw cleanly. McCabe steps out from behind his own goal. Works up the left wing boards. Mishandled it. Had to play it back to his defense partner. Bank pass to center. Intercepted by Ole Mata. Back comes Utah. A pass in on the left wing. Kerfoot dishes it off. Long shot deflected wide of the goal then by Wall. Puck is back of the net. Marner starting away, just lifting it high into neutral ice. Down into Utah territory. And they get back to recover the puck. 2 minutes to go in regulation. A 3-3 tie. Utah into the attack again. Broken up at the Leaf defense. Played back down the ice. Icing call here against Toronto.
So that's got to be, 4 or 5 in this period? The Leafs have iced the puck. By the way, looking at the score sheet again, they have given the third goal to Timon Benoit.
They have. Okay. Well, that makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? So, a face-off in the Toronto end with 1:52 to go. Scott Lawton taking the draw. Scrums the draw, but it comes back to the point. Long shot is smothered by Joseph Wall. As Lawson Krause tries to take a bit of a spot in front of the net. And Brandon Carlo funnels him out of there in a big-time hurry. 29 shots now for Utah. 23 for the Maple Leafs.
Leafs have only had 3 here in the third period.
They had 13 in the first period.
13-4 was the advantage in the first.
Face off in the Toronto zone to the right. Tavares taking the face off, and he wins the draw cleanly. McCabe steps smartly out from behind his own goal, elevated it through center, but gave the puck away. Mata has it again, and here's Utah trying to play it in over the line, and they do. Around back of the net, grabbed off by McCabe, pushed ahead at center. Tavares gets it out, but can't make a pass. Now Nylander circles in his own end. Starts back out to the line and tried to make a play on the left wing, but the pass was behind him and onto the stick of McCabe, who had not gained the zone yet. And it is offside with 1:21 to go in the third period.
Leafs, it seemed every time they've got the puck in their own zone, the most they can do is lob it out or try for that 40-foot stretch pass.
Draw one cleanly by Toronto. Snapped in on the far side by the Leafs. Nyes into the forecheck, back of the net. Marner couldn't trap it, kept in at the blue line. It goes to Marner. Centering pass, Matthews! And he got a wrist shot away, and Velmelka got a shoulder in the way of that. It comes out at center ice. Leafs trying to send it right back in, but it goes into the bench. And out of play from Brandon Carlo. And a face-off will come in the center ice zone as a result.
Well,
Matthews blockered away by the left hand of Velmelka.
That was by far the best chance. Well, I guess the Morgan Riley opportunity on the Tavares pass might have been the most dangerous, but that was the most dangerous chance they've had in about 8 minutes.
Face-off outside the blue line. A minute now left to play in the third period. Ole Mata takes it back in his own zone. Played off the boards to the left wing side. Utah gets to center, but an errant pass, and that will turn into an important icing here against the Utah Hockey Club, and it'll come all the way back into the Utah Hockey Club zone.
That'll be big hockey face-off, so John Tavares and Willie Nylander are going to come over the boards here. Kelly Yarncroc and Simone Benoit both scoring their first goals of the season.
Draw to the left. Won by the Leafs. It comes back to the point. McCabe can't get it to the net. Can't keep it in either. It's back down into the Toronto end. No icing. And that forces Carlo, or at least Oliver Ekman-Larsson, back after it. He's able to dig it free. McCabe getting it up on the wing, and out come the Leafs now with 30 seconds left in the third period. They shoot it into Utah territory. Back out it comes as Utah gets clear. Played back into the Utah end. Now 20 seconds left. Vilmalka plays it into the corner. Along the boards, trying to work with it now is John Marino. A dozen seconds left. Just played out by Utah. Knife back in, and this looks like she's going to overtime, folks. Just what you need on a nice late night. Getting close to 10 minutes of one, and we are headed to overtime.
Now the Leafs won 7 of 10, lost their last one on their first shootout of the season against San Jose a week ago. But are 7-3 in games that have gone to extra time. We mentioned that the Utah Hockey Club are among the league leaders, second in overtime losses. They're 8-10 in games that have gone past regulation.
We'll step aside. Back with the overtime. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Do you have an invention idea to do next? Call InventHelp now for free information on how to get started today. InventHelp provides invention services that help everyday inventors get started with their idea. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. Our services include professional materials needed to showcase your invention and 3D animation and prototype modeling that help you demonstrate.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Cheers. Thanks for being an insider. Important news during the first intermission in just a few minutes. I will be coming in live to chat with you all and put the link to our brand new website, which just launched a few hours ago. Let's see where the world is watching from. I will put the link in the chat. It is also in the description during the first intermission, and we will watch the map together to see where everyone is watching from. Cheers, insiders. Go Leafs, go. We'll see you during the intermission.
The right, draw one by Toronto. McCabe will go back into his own zone. Looks for Austin Matthews and drops the puck to him. He gives it back to McCabe. McCabe working it behind the net for Marner. Marner trying to get things stretched out a little bit. Takes his time. Still has it back of his own goal. Now starts out with a long lead pass to find Riley going to the net. And Morgan Riley came off the bench and almost was able to come out with it. Way out of the goal comes Joseph Woll. Whoa! He played it off the skate of one of the Utah players and then stumbled, but the Leafs get it in over the line. Pass now to Marner. Marner working in on the wing. Into the slot area for Matthews. Matthews works back. Matthews still with it. Now taking it back to center as the Leafs are getting a change in. Matthews will dish it off to Nylander. Nylander through neutral ice and in. Backhand try, and he sent it wide of the goal. The rebound comes out on the left wing, and Utah has it for the first time. Sergachev is going to circle back to allow his teammates to change. Sergachev getting it off on the wing. Brought back by Barrett Hayton. Hayton starts out. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. Comes out of his own zone on the left wing. Hayton dropping it back. Brought forward and to the line and in by Schmaltz. Schmaltz into the left wing side, into the slot area. A shot rings wide, and Willie Nylander's in a foot race. Down the right wing. Nylander going to the net with a pass in front. Toe save made by Velmelka. And back come Utah. 2-on-1 against McCabe. Into the slot area. McCabe forces it wide and makes a great play defensively. Now the puck comes back to the point, though. Kept alive there by Dursey. Dursey will get it off on the right side for Schmaltz. Schmaltz dropping it back. Going wide is Cooley. Cooley with it back to the blue line. Off the bench was Sergachev to Cooley again. Cooley goes around back of the net. Back to the blue line once more. Off on the wing. Cooley couldn't make a shot. Comes back into the slot once more. Cooley working off to the left wing side. Sergachev holds, looks for another man. Leafs are dead tired out there. Here's Cooley working in. Pad save, 2 pad save, 3 pad saves made by Wall. 2.5 minutes to go in overtime. Nylander is dead on his feet out there, it seems. Back is Cooley dropping it off into the slot area. They cycle the puck well. Dangerous time here for the Leafs. Another big save made by Wall. Back to the point for Logan Cooley. Cooley goes D to D on the far side. Here's a chance for Keller. Keller goes into the corner, and now they're going to get some changes going here for Utah. 2 minutes to go, and this group has been out there for a long, long stretch. Domi is the other forward as it comes back into the slot. Back to the point to Marino. Marino off on the right wing side. Pass back. Wall smothers that, and mercifully he's able to hold on to get a change of players with 1:49 left.
I counted 3 line changes for Utah during that last siege, and it was Domi, McCabe, and Willie Nylander. And this came after the rush the other way. So you've got the rush down, you got to get back, and now you're on for almost 2 minutes in your own end. And Joseph Wall bails them out.
Leafs win the draw, and Marner will slow things up as he gets into neutral ice. Now it's the Leafs' turn to see if they can get some offense going. Marner working back along the boards with 1:36 to go. In along the near side for Matthews. Matthews is going to hold on the puck, give it back to Marner. Marner back on the wing for Riley. Riley is forced out into the center ice area. Riley getting it back now for Marner. Marner for Matthews. Down the right wing boards and in on the sharp angle. Couldn't get a shot away. It was knocked away, but Riley has the rebound. Riley back to Matthews. Cutting in! Oh, and that deflected off of Velmelka. The puck is free, and Riley gets it again to Marner on the right wing boards. Marner holding as he brings it back out at center and gets it back to Matthews. Another rush for the captain. In over the line into the slot. Had it knocked off his skate. Then loses it. Less than a minute to go in overtime, and Utah has the puck. Hayton bringing it back at center. I think Matthews there needs to take it back out into neutral ice and get another change, don't you? Brought in again now by Utah. Here's Schmaltz dropping it off. Back for Schmaltz. That was deflected wide. Matthews is still out there, and he has the puck on the left wing, but is out of gas. Drops it back now for Oliver Ekman-Larsson. OEL back to Matthews in the slot. Shot it just wide. Nylander with 15 seconds left. Willie works around back of the net and stops up. Looks for a man in front. Still has it. Nylander dropping. Tavares into the slot to Willie. 2 seconds left. It comes in front. And for the second time on this road trip, the Leafs are going to go to a shootout?
No, that was
not this trip. At home. Yeah. At home. Yeah. Before the road trip.
Yeah, it was overtime in Pittsburgh, overtime in Boston, overtime at home against San Jose, and the Leafs, I mean, they'd gone, almost a year in between shootouts, and now they've got 2 of them in a week.
Final shots are 33-27 in favor of Utah.
And Joseph Wall, give him credit. I mean, you give up 3 goals in a short period of time in the second period. He battled the rest of the way to give the Leafs an opportunity. There were long stretches where the Leafs were hemmed in their own zone, and especially in overtime when Wall came up huge.
That, especially the when they were under siege there, to get a hold of that thing and hang on to it was critical.
This is where it's a little different for players in the shootout on a goaltender that holds his stick with his left hand, because there's not a lot of lefties, and you're not used to this in practice, coming in on a guy where if you want to go blocker side above the pad, that's glove side now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be interesting. Sometimes you could say maybe the right-handed shooter has that better option blocker side, the likes of Nylander, Mitch Marner.
So the goaltenders go to their home ends, changing from the overtime.
Only the 4th shootout for Utah. They're 1-2. The Leafs 0-1.
Nylander scored on that shootout. And what did he do? Like he was on a breakaway. He burst in there, right?
Yep.
Utah will shoot first. And it will be Nick Schmaltz. Left wing side, right-handed shot. A little slow, working in, a little deke, and a pad save made by Wall. So, Nick Schmaltz. And here's Willie. Let's see if he does the same motion against Karl Vejmelka. Here comes Nylander. Gathers the puck with speed, working it on with a wing and a backhand, and the forehand is stopped by Vejmelka. Even. Vejmelka getting down with that left pad.
I think he was trying to go 5-hole again.
Yeah, I think you're right. Logan Cooley will shoot for Utah. And here he comes. Here's a left-handed shot. Weaves to the right wing side at the line. Works into the dot. Now cuts across the middle. And the blocker of Wall is there to turn that aside.
That's a popular play for a left-handed shooter on a goalie that's got his blocker on the right side. Come in off your off wing and then try to go that backhand forehand move far side.
Austin Matthews shoots next for the Leafs. It won't count as a point to keep his streak alive, but it'd be a huge goal. In on the right side into the slot area. Scores! The captain snaps one over the blocking hand of Vejmelka.
Boy, this almost looked like he took something off it, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
He almost rolled it up. But Joseph Wall now, same position the Leafs were in a week ago. A save gets them the win.
Clayton Keller, I believe, is going to take this. Joseph Wall stopped. The Leafs win. Keller down into the slot area. Couple of deeks and scores. Came across the face of the goal, and Wall couldn't stretch out far enough. So it continues.
I mean, Keller comes in with great speed and sort of drops his shoulder twice as if he was going to shoot. The second time, Wall bit. Leafs can still win it, though, with a shootout goal here by Marner.
Here is Mitch Marner. Comes to the left wing side. Right-handed shot. Top of the circle. Deek scores! Mitchie Marner stuffs it home, and the Maple Leafs are going to win this in a shootout.
Well, maybe the two craftiest players finish things up. Keller for Utah, and then Mitch Marner. And he comes in, Joe, what I like about this, Marner, we've seen in other shootouts not come in with a lot of speed, but he comes in full speed on this one. And he does that sort of double deke.
And the skate edge work.
Yep, and then shifts to the left, and that's when Vejmelka goes down, and then he cuts quickly back to the right and elevates it over the left pad of the Utah goaltender. So the Leafs, this one isn't going to go down as a pretty one, but gets them back to within 2 points of Florida, which sets up an opportunity to get to first place, although Florida has more wins in regulation. That is the first tiebreaker, and maybe just as importantly, stay ahead of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
But
we're 1 point behind coming into this game.
It is also the first of 3 meetings the Leafs have with the Florida Panthers down the stretch, 2 of which will be played at Scotiabank Arena. And the first one, of course, is this Thursday. And we hope that you will join us then. 7 o'clock start. And we trust that you will join us. If you stayed up late, well, we're just past not even the witching hours, 1 o'clock in the damn morning. At any rate.
But we appreciate it.
Yes, we do. We do. And if there's pizza and stuff left, you could maybe just ship it off to Ralphie and my house. We'll have a little something to eat. So the Leafs win it by a score of 4-3 in a shootout. And you've been listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Baseball season's almost here, and MLB Network Radio will get you ready for opening day with a tour of spring training. Hear team previews of all 30 teams as our experts talk with players, managers, and executives shaping the 2025 season. How does your team look? Our team will break it all down. MLB Network Radio's tour of spring training, going on now on SiriusXM Channel 89 and the SiriusXM app.
The Power Play with Steve Coolius.
Team Canada's John Cooper was the moment the red light went on. Better than you ever could have imagined.
I don't even think I could have dreamt that one up. From Mario Lemieux all the way to the Jordan Binnington moment, to the Connor McDavid moment, all these little moments have built up that all the team gave us special moments you'll never forget. I think our game of hockey is in a much better place because of that event.
The Power Play, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91 and the SiriusXM app. NHL Morning Skate.
Defending Stanley Cup champion, General Manager Bill Zito. You have to be cognizant of the chemistry when you go out and make a potential trade, don't you?
We enjoy a little bit of a benefit now where the room is so strong that they can absorb a lot. We just want seamless guys who come in. Their leaders are Reinhart, Kachuk, Barkov, Bobrovsky. That part, it takes care of itself.
NHL Morning Skate with Scott Laughlin and Gord Stellick. Weekdays 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91 and the SiriusXM app. The Power Play with Steve Coolius.
We welcome Utah's Barrett Hayton. Does the P word come up? Do you look at the standings on a daily basis?
You look at the standings, you obviously know what other teams are doing, but at the same time, we know what we have to do. And we talked about it kind of before the break and using the break to kind of have a springboard to this last stretch, kind of be dialed in and feeling good right from the start and trying to build that momentum.
The Power Play, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91 and the SiriusXM app. 24/7 hockey talk.
Pittsburgh is the weirdest situation. It's like the start of the year and you tried to pretend that, we're going to do a retool on the fly. No, you're not. They're terrible, but the attitude, nothing to look here. Keep moving. No, Sid wants to play. They're terrible. Like Sidney Crosby's next game that matters is the Olympics. That could be the only time.
The mic is on. What's up, insiders? The Leafs get it done in the shootout. Oh, what a finish. Man, we were rocking and rolling, Leafs fans. We were kicking butt tonight, and then it all kind of went south. But they finish it off. They get it done in the shootout. Finally, a shootout victory. We went like half a season without even just a shootout period. Let alone now a full week. We've had a shootout and a shootout win. Okay? That's right. Let's go, buds. Cheers to everybody in the chat. Make sure you go check out the link that I put in here if you have not shared where you are watching from tonight. This night will go down in history, ladies and gentlemen. This is the official launch of our brand new website, www.torontosportsinsider.com. Listen, when I started this dream a long time ago, back in 2018, 2017, when I started to really get started with the soccer podcast. I dreamed of a night like this, and to see the amount of people from all over the world, look at the United States and Canada showing up on our website tonight. London, Canada, St. John's in the house. Look at this. We've got all over the place. We're only missing PEI. It's the only location we haven't gotten tonight in Canada as far as a province. Ladies and gentlemen, please just be on the lookout for our Sick Kids Bracket Mania campaign that's coming up for March Madness. We're going to have a lot of fun here, raising a bunch of money for Sick Kids Hospital. I will be making the donation from, yes, it is a viewer that I got from South Carolina there, Macronical. There you go. You know, I forgot what I was saying there, but that's the cocktails. It's bedtime. It is now 1:07 Eastern Standard Time. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great evening. A historic night here on Toronto Sports Insider. Thank you for believing in me when I had 4,000 subscribers. Thank you for believing in me when I had 7,000 subscribers. And I'm standing on the sidelines coaching my kids' soccer game and making sure that the audio was working for the Hockey Night in Canada game here on Toronto Sports Insider. A lot of Quebec in the house, Burn. Crazy. No, what I was saying earlier, just look, follow your dreams, ladies and gentlemen. If you have a passion for something, you can do anything in the world. My kids told me it was impossible for me to go get a plaque. I thought it was 10,000 subscribers, not 100,000. And when we were at like 4,000, I found out that it was actually 100,000. And I thought for sure maybe I wasn't going to be able to prove my kids wrong. They said I couldn't do it, and we're about to make it happen. Insiders, thank you for making history with me tonight. And there you go, Joanne. Glad I stayed up. TSI game. Joanne over in England. Holy cow. Wow. Holy Mackinac. Joanne. Wow. What time is it over there? It's got to be 6 a.m. The sun's got to be up, Joanne. Good night. Get a good night's sleep and a lot of fun. I'm so glad you were here to make history with us. And yes, Shroom, March Madness is going to be insane. Man, I'm going to put up the graphic right now because I have to. This is going to be so massive, and then I'll let the post game run. As always, as long as it goes. I really don't know how long it's going to go. It sounds like there is no post game, actually. There you go, Mohammed Tahir. I'm in Pakistan. It's 10 a.m. Mohammed, I actually have to get to the best graphic designer on Fiverr.com. I have to go get to him right now and approve the stuff if he's still awake. But given that he's in Pakistan as well and it's 10 a.m., but he's been up for a few hours. So I don't know. We'll see. Love it. Good night, everybody. We're just going to let this baby go because there is no post game happening.
Literal sense, the Game 7. You don't have to be a sport fan to understand that something's big at stake and that you will go watch it even if you don't know the teams, you don't know the players, you know the backdrop because it's the greatest.
Yeah, see, it's just the same. It's just the same replay over and over and over again. So yeah, it's bedtime. I'm ready for bed. So good night there, everybody in the chat. Oh, reach him a bit later because of fasting. All right. Thank you, Muhammad. I appreciate that. Those are the things that we don't know, right? So thank you. Appreciate that. And never-ending story, Muhammad, Byrne, Brandy, Gail, Brandy. You're a rock star, Brandy. Thank you for hanging out with us. 24th birthday the other day. Happy 24th birthday, Brandy Gale. There you go. Joanne says it's 5:09. Joanne, as well, we've got Steve A. I love it. Steve, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Zachary McNally, Leafs, Toronto City. Yes. Jim, there you go. Sorry display, but glad for the win. Thanks for hanging out with us, Jim. There you go. Macronical. Somebody in South Carolina. Yeah, we've got some people all over the United States. Lots of transplant fans, just like me. All right, it's time for bed. We're going to plan out a lot of cool stuff coming up here over the next few weeks. SEC tournament coming up soon, real soon, ladies and gentlemen. Whew! There you go. 3 visitors from Calabash, United States. It looks like it's right there on the border of North Carolina and South Carolina. That's a great spot. And there's another one from Duncan, Canada. I love it. Now, what happens if I click that? Boom. Okay. Okay, there you go. You can't see it as good because it's messed up with my screenshot stuff, but look at this. There you go. Telus. There you go. Look, I'm not trying to hide anything here. This is all public knowledge, like public data. Ladies and gentlemen, if you go here, it pins your location within a 20-mile radius. I tested it out with my buddy True in England, as well as my buddy in Florida, who had a good VPN going. So he ended up in the middle of a lake in Kansas. So we're not trying to get anybody's information here. We're just trying to show the world how we're making a difference in our community in Toronto. Go Leafs, go. Good night, Insiders. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for clicking our video and making that donation to Sick Kids Hospital every single month. Every single month, that much bigger. Good night.
And wins and the losses because it really ends up defining who you are as a person and as a player.
Mad Dog Sports Radio has the best sports talk in the business, covering sports with a passion and knowledge you need. Mad Dog Sports Radio, Sirius XM 86, and the SXM app.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM NHL schedule for Tuesday, March the 11th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL, 7 p.m., Pittsburgh Penguins take on the Vegas Golden Knights. Penguins on Sirius 210, XM 221, and Internet 941. Knights on Internet 949. 7 p.m., Boston Bruins take on the Florida Panthers. Bruins on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 921. Panthers on Internet 931. 7 p.m., New Jersey Devils take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Devils on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 936. Jackets on Internet 927. 7 p.m., Philadelphia Flyers take on the Ottawa Senators. Flyers on Sirius 209, XM 220, and Internet 940. Senators on Internet 939. 7:30 p.m., Carolina Hurricanes take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Hurricanes on Sirius 211, XM 222, and Internet 924. Lightning on Internet 945. 8 p.m., Winnipeg Jets face the New York Rangers. Jets on Sirius and XM channels 167, Internet 951. Rangers on Internet 938. 8 p.m., Minnesota Wild face the Colorado Avalanche. Wild on XM 223, Internet 933. Avalanche on Internet 926. 10 p.m. Vancouver Canucks face the Montreal Canadiens. Canucks on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 948. Canadiens on Internet 934. 10 p.m. Anaheim Ducks face the Washington Capitals. Ducks on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 920. Capitals on Internet 950. 10:30 p.m. San Jose Sharks take on the Nashville Predators. Sharks on Sirius 210, XM 221, and Internet 942. Predators on Internet 935. 10:30 p.m., LA Kings face the New York Islanders. Kings on Sirius 209, XM 220, and Internet 932. Islanders on Internet 937. In Champions League at 4 p.m., catch full coverage of Liverpool taking on Paris Saint-Germain on Sirius XM and Internet channels 157. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, channel 91.
MLB Network Radio is your home for 24/7 baseball talk, featuring on-site coverage of every major event from spring training through the World Series and expert analysis from former general managers and players. SiriusXM, Channel 89.
Hockey Hall of Famer and Stanley Cup champion for the Edmonton Oilers and New York Rangers, Mark Messier joined Scott Laughlin on the morning skate for SiriusXM NHL Network Radio on Channel 91 to discuss the pressures of Game 7 after having played in 9 Game 7s himself, winning 7 of them, and how you can either thrive under pressure or crumble underneath it.
I must look